movie with fat kids.
You know what time it is, don't you? Sure. Oh, yes. For what it is, nigga. My mama raised me around robbers, killers, and junkies. Where they religion with God, but they worship the money. I'm from the east side of town where you can't trust a soul. That's why I keep it if any and everywhere I go. I met the devil already cause I done been through hell. Before they taught me how to spell, they taught me how to sell. I'm so blunt you can smoke me, pure asshole. I tell them straight like it is and I don't sugarcoat. I know killers that never been caught. I know dope boys who never sold salt. I know side hoes who never gon' talk. I bet you can't see these gold through a ski mat. I know killers that never been caught. I know dope boys who never sold salt. I know side hoes who never gon' talk. I bet you can't see these gold through a ski mat. Pay attention, you might learn something. Get on your grind, you might earn something. I trap harder than the best of them. And I tax all of the rest of them. If she a real bitch, she gon' hold me down, I run her mouth. Never gossip about what I did and what I hid off in the house. Shout out to all my real trappers who rock it up and piece it out. And Lord bless them street niggas who rap what they really about. No cap, chill. I know killers that never been caught. I know dope boys who never sold salt. I know side hoes who never gon' talk. I bet you can't see these gold through a ski mat. I know killers that never been caught. I know dope boys who never sold salt. I know side hoes who never gon' talk. I bet you can't see these gold through a ski mat. Pay attention, you might learn something. Get on your grind, you might earn something. Pay attention, you might learn something. Get on your grind, you might earn something.
Pay attention, you might learn you something. Stay on your grind, you might earn you something. Yes, yes, yes. I know dope boys that never sold soft. Salute, salute, salute to the family, man. What it do? Y'all tapped in, man. I'm excited. I'm excited, man. Y'all are tapped into another episode of Rich Rhetoric tonight. I am your host, Born Rich. We in the building. We in the building. Y'all know how it go, man. As you come in the room, make sure y'all hitting that like button. If you fuck with the channel, hit the like button. If you don't fuck with the channel, still hit the like button. If you're a hater, fuck you, but still hit the like button. We in here, man. We in here, man. I see some people from the gang in here, man. That's Giddy, Empress Janet, Ed Kilburn. Yeah, I see you, man. Shines on. I see y'all, man. I see y'all, man. Let me see what y'all got popping tonight, man? What time is it where y'all at? I see my sis in the building. African goddess. Salute to y'all, man. Salute. Oh, little housekeeping things, man. Man, y'all stay on the lookout, man. I got something in the works, man. I got a good show. I got a good show discussing this American Indian discussions that's going on a lot here, but between different black people in America, man. So I'm working on getting some people who claim to be like the original American Indians on this platform, man, and let them give their spiel. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I want them to really, let them have a voice because of shit. They got a whole little section of the internet where they talk they American Indian shit. So I want to tap into that and try to get some of them people to come over here and speak and break that down because I'm still not too familiar with that movement. But that's something that's working. That's something I'm working on. Something y'all can look forward to, man. Yes, man. Yes. So today I want to talk about oppression. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about today is oppression, man, because oppression it's a tricky word, man. It's one of those words where you can say that you're being oppressed, but then it can be 100 arguments of why you're not being oppressed. So today I want to get down to the bottom of that word, right? I want to get back. I want to get to the bottom of oppression, because I hear people just throw it around loosey goosey. That's something that confuses the people too. When words and phrases get thrown around just loosey goosey, where anybody can say it, like, I think our brother Jesse Smollett said he's being oppressed, and like at some point we just gotta say, "Well, slow down, hold on, wait, what does oppression mean to everybody?" So today I want to get into that, man. I already put the link, but let me drop the link again though. Here go the link, man. Y'all pull up and chop it up with me tonight, man. Pull it up and chop it up with me tonight. Y'all gotta excuse the background noise, man. Y'all know I do this shit from my house, man. So it's a lot of background noise. It's food being cooked, dishes being done. It's, you know what I'm saying? Lots going on. But until I get that office, that's what it's gonna sound like in my background. You feel me? Until I get that studio or something. You know what I mean? Screen door squeaking. But hey, we gonna get it. We gonna get it in. Shout out, Ao. Shout out to you, brother. The brother says he's gonna hit me with some Aboriginal channels. Yeah. I've been tapped into the Aboriginal movement, man. We gotta see what it's about, though. I guess I do got a video though, guys. Let's go into a video. And plus, while we go in that video, I need to share this a couple more places. But let me set the table. So this is a video I was checking out earlier. It's from the brothers of the ISUPK Israelite camp, right? So they did a discussion with a white guy who is he's just pretty much anti-black. Fuck it. I mean, there's no other way to say it. The white guy is anti-black, and they had a conversation today, and the white guy asked the question about oppression, and then it kind of went sideways. So let's check this out. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. Try to talk to me, baby. Talk to me. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Get the likes up. Get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. Let's take all that off. Let's take it off. All right, here we go.
We have been going long. So let's get a couple calls. We'll let you get that in. Just ask it real quick. How about that?
Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna make it quick. All right. So in the country, here's a quick scenario I could paint for you. Black people, like you, for instance, you have a side business. You have no trouble advertising that. You have no trouble getting payment processors for that. You got YouTube super chats if you want them. Nobody holds you back from that kind of thing, right? People with my views, we constantly have to make new accounts for every single social media platform. We did a fundraiser for my white South African co-host a few weeks ago. PayPal show with the bitch as soon as we got done. $1,100. Held for 9 months, and hopefully he'll get it, right? Me, I've lost 2 jobs for speaking out about a white girl, 15 years old, getting beat up by 2 30-year-old black women who both didn't even get charged, got let off completely and totally free on a signature bond the night they beat the shit out of her at a fair. I said, hey, this is not good. If the races were reversed, they'd be rioting. Didn't even drop a hard R, didn't make any kind of racist comments at all. 2 jobs gone. How are you oppressed when you get everything you want, uninhibited at all? And I can't even fucking talk about a white kid getting beat by people like you without losing 2 fucking jobs. How are you oppressed?
And that was a very long question, by the way.
Yeah, that was quick. Yeah, bro, that was quick.
It was more of a soliloquy.
Hey.
I hope y'all digest all of that, man. A lot to take in right there, but I hope y'all digested all that. So he's saying he is being held back. So this is a white guy that's saying he's really the one being oppressed because he can't comment on black people without facing consequences, right? He said a lot in that video. But yeah, he said that if he shows black violence, right? If he speaks about black violence towards white people, then YouTube will take his video down, stop his GoFundMe's, and so he's saying he's being oppressed. I want y'all to let me know in the comments, man. Do y'all think that I guess I'll just ask it like this: can non-black people be oppressed? I wish Kale was here. I wish Kale was here to break that one down. But that's one. All right. Oh, and I want to know is and I also want to know is black people being oppressed? No, that's what I want to know. But let me let y'all hear the y'all talk to me in the comments, man. Let me let y'all hear the captain's response though.
That was quick. 2 fucking jobs. How are you oppressed?
All right. And that was a very long question, by the way.
Yeah,
Dingo.
That was quick, bro. That was
Ralph.
quick.
It was more of a soliloquy.
Hey, Ralph. I mean, not Ralph. Dingo. What do I get that I want?
Like I just got done saying, you got a little side business. You got YouTube super chats. It just shows that you have no hindrance
but
to get your
then
message out.
So
right?
you're under the assumption that that's what I want, right?
I'm saying that's what
you're
you
under
get.
the assumption. No, you said what I want. You under the assumption that I want my side business. I want my
I don't
job.
care what you want, y'all. I don't care what you want.
So why you asking me then? Why you asking me?
This was never about what you want. It was about what you get.
But this ain't what I want though. For example, the same way you talk about you shut down, my YouTube channel was shut down today. Couldn't go live today for the same reason you're talking about. So I don't know what you're talking about right now when you say no, I couldn't go live on my channel. My channel got shut down today. Couldn't do what I wanted to do, what I wanted to do for the very same thing you're talking about. So what you're asking me makes no sense.
Which channel? Which channel are you talking about?
My YouTube channel that we have on YouTube for my school. When you talk about what I want,
cross the line.
Did they take?
So what the brother is really saying right there is like, oh fuck, man. So what the brother is really saying is you can't give examples of you are being oppressed because every time you speak, you don't have freedom of speech because YouTube is shutting your channel down or striking your channel. But YouTube is fucking striking everybody's channel. That's what we have to realize. Like, you can't tell me oppression is somebody shutting down your YouTube channel. But I'm gonna let the captain keep going. Captain gonna kill that shit. What is this comment? Okay. Shine wants the people to know I am me. I've got my own thoughts. I don't follow no one mind is not weak. I don't follow no one mind. I don't follow no one. My mind is not weak, and that's why I am unique. That's why I am unique. Everyone is unique, and God bless you, Shines. You are unique, man. Don't let nobody tell you that you aren't unique and special in your own way, man. Go be great. You know what I mean, Shines? Shine on. That's in your name. Shines on. Shines on, big dog. Shines want the people to know that he's unique. So shine on, brother. Let's get back to it.
Take down your YouTube channel. That's what I'm.
Not my cross the line channel. We have we have a bunch of channels that we have.
Yeah.
So we have another one that we use as well. And because of the content that's on there, they gave us strikes. We couldn't go live on that channel.
What's it called, bro? I want to look at it.
Israelite headquarters? Israelite headquarters, something like that. ISBK New York, something like that. So that channel was taken down because of the content. So when you say what I want, my side business is not what I want. If I told you what I wanted, it'd be something totally different.
So what you want is to go live on YouTube on your secondary backup
what
channel?
I want is to have my foot on the neck of my enemies.
Sheesh. This is when Captain get in his bag. Let's go. Get in your bag, Captain. Let's go.
secondary
No,
backup
what I
channel?
want is to have my foot on the neck of my enemies. What I want is for black people to not be in prison more than they was enslaved. That's what I want. What I want is for my black people to understand what it's like to drive in their vehicle, and when a cop pulls up behind them, they ain't nervous. Is this the day that I die? That's what I want. There's a lot of things that I want. My side business, I would give that up in a heartbeat for the freedom and liberation of blacks and Hispanics. That's what I want. So when you
just
say
said nothing,
so
and it
from
took
that
you
method,
45
no, I did say something, because that's why my channel gets shut down. Because when I speak about that, I get shut down. But when I speak about my business, like you said, I got an Etsy page. It's all y'all can Lily's creation, sell oils all day. Oh, that gets to flourish. It never gets shut down. But when I talk about what I want, I do get shut down. Right. Next caller. You can take the caller.
So, good shit. First and foremost, that's good shit. But what this video is trying to show you that everyone has a misconstrued idea of what oppression is, right? I still didn't even pin this link. Hold on. But everyone has a misconstrued idea of what oppression is, right? Oppression is, right? Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me mute that. But listen, man. Just because a person has a few dollars, you know, you make a few dollars, you can still be oppressed. You may start a few businesses, and get some money, but that doesn't stop the fucking oppression. And don't let it get misconstrued and make people think that just changes. It's listen, man. I always use the prison analogy, right? If the oppressor is the people who organize the prison and put the prison together, and their system is how the prison runs, right? One prisoner gets a few more fucking treats or trinkets than the next prisoner. You're still in a fucking prison. So don't let people trick you into think, man, yeah, man, I don't even know why you oppressed. Why you say you oppressed and I can't say I'm oppressed. Listen, my guy, you can say whatever you want to. You can say that you're oppressed. Cool. Just don't try to shit on it when I say that I'm oppressed. When I'm saying these cops can shoot me in the fucking head right now and go home and get in the bed with their wife. You're not going to be able to tell me what my people are going through or what I am going through and the oppression that we have to deal with. That's what we can't have that. My bad, guys. Let me pin this, man. I'm trying to pin that message. Yeah. Now that I got that pinned message. And then it gets crazy, man. Because let me go to some of this, man. Let me go to some of this. What did my brother Ayo say? So my brother Ayo said, I don't think black people are oppressed. I think a lot of black people are blocked from a lot of resources. Ayo, I will have to ask you, is that a form of oppression or am I getting it mixed up? Let's just pull up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go to some Googles. Let's go to some Googles, guys. My bad. I told y'all, man. There's food cooking in all type of shit in the back. But let me go. Let's go to some. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Because I did see this. I did see this, man. Hold on. Hold on. Why does this page look like this? Hold on. A lot of pop-ups. A lot of fucking pop-ups. Hold on. This is not. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hold on, hold on, family. Y'all bear with me. This is not what I had pulled up earlier. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button while I try to find this. Well, first of all, let's do the definition of it, right? I guess that's probably what we should do. This is the good old Merriam-Webster. What's going on, Nito? Let's look up the definition of oppression. I'm about to close some of these tabs. I see it now. I see my computer starting to act silly. All right, here we go. The definition of oppression: unjust or cruel exercise of authority or power. Something that oppresses, especially in being an unjust or excessive exercise of power. A sense of being weighed down in body or mind. Oh, that's depression, but it's an oppression of spirits. All right, here we go. Unjust or cruel exercise of authority of power. Y'all talk to me in the chat. Is anybody suffering from that? Unjust or cruel exercise of authority or power. Would you guys say the Ukrainians are being oppressed right now? Somebody talk to me. Will y'all say that the Afghanis were being oppressed for 20 years while the American military was over there? Somebody talk to me. There go my brother. There go my brother who gonna talk to me. What's popping with you, Perry?
Hey, y'all, Rich, you can hear me this time?
I hear you good, brother. How's it going, man?
Now, the last time I tried to join the call, I couldn't. My audio was fucked up. I just got a new phone, so I was just hoping it would work.
Nah,
But
you good. Man. You good now? What's popping in New
you
York,
hear me?
man? Talk to me, man. What's the weather like in New York, man?
Oh man, today was real nice out. It was about 60 degrees. It was cool and it was
Yeesh.
nice. The sun was shining. You know what I'm saying? Wow, it was a good day. It was a
Tell the
good,
family
nice
and
day.
brothers to keep it cool this summer, man. We ain't killing each other this summer, man.
I hope not, man. It seemed like everywhere I turn around in Harlem, I'm always seeing candles on different blocks, on different streets. You know how they put when somebody died, they put the candles out. You know what I'm saying? They make a little memorial for them. I see that almost on every block, everywhere I go. Somebody getting murdered. You know what I mean? But yeah.
You're welcome, baby. All right,
But
man. So what is this thing, man? Talk to me about oppression, man. I mean, talk to me
I
about
mean,
oppression, man, because we know that
oh,
when we have these conversations, man, we'll just say a lot of white people, right, will tell you,
mhm.
Perry, how are you oppressed? You have the same rights and opportunity that we have. How do you answer that question, brother Perry?
I mean, people want to. You got people that's I consider to be tethers of foundational Black Americans. They are tethers, and they like to say that oppression doesn't exist. They only say that to suck they white master's dick. You know what I mean? To appease the white supremacy, the system of white supremacy. These people are willing coons. You know, people that say that oppression doesn't exist are willing coons. You know, at the end of the day, every white person that I encounter, most white people that I encounter, even they know that they have white privilege. And white privilege works as like like a welfare system in a sense. You know, they're always given the benefit of the doubt. You know, and they get mad when they can't execute their white supremacy to the fullest. You know, I work with white people, you know, and I see it all the time. They complain. And I be looking at them like, nigga, you don't even work hard. Like, you're not even, you getting overpaid to do what you're doing. You know, and they still complain, you know. So yeah, we are oppressed under a system of white supremacy. That's a fact. You know, you got motherfucking white folks calling the police on black people for no reason because they understand that the police is like they personal hitmen when it come to black folks. You know, we get discriminated against, all types of shit. So I'm definitely oppressed.
Well,
Just
well,
because
Perry,
we,
go ahead, brother. Yo, Perry.
yeah, I mean, just because we succeed despite the oppression doesn't mean that we're still not oppressed. You know,
All right, so my brother Ao said, "Born rich." I don't think it's a form of oppression, but I think it's a prevention of black people trying to live a normal life.
that
That's the
dude,
kind of oppression.
that dude
Go ahead.
sounds like a tethered
Nah, go
fool.
on, man. Go on, man. Don't
Sounds
judge
like
him,
a
man.
tether.
That's all right. He
They
good.
sound like a tether. You know, you gonna make an excuse for white supremacy not existing? You sound like a tether, dude. You know, you ain't gotta pretend in here. You're not at a job. The white man is not in front of you. See, they white supremacy got a lot of our people that's not foundational black Americans mentally oppressed. Well, they just scared to speak the truth. They just go with whatever. They was taught that shit.
Sometimes I think it's the words, right? Because a lot of these words can be traced back hundreds of years ago, right? So I don't know if you was here, Perry, but I played like a discussion with Captain Tazariak against like a white guy, and the white guy, and I find this with a lot of non-black people, right? When you say words like oppression, they always want to go back and say, well, you know, that maybe that was going on in slavery, right? Or if we say white supremacy, they'll say, well, white supremacy don't exist because that was a long time ago during slavery. And it's like, no, those words and those systems, the main thing is the system. We can call it white supremacy, oppression, racism, discrimination, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But at the end of the day, it's the system, right? And the system is implementing and oppressing people. And that shit is happening today. Look at the jail cells. I always ask
Mhm.
people this: when you tell me the massive population of black people that's in jail, do you honestly believe that black people are more criminal or more prone to crime than any other race?
You
That's
know what
what
it
I.
is? But you know what they always fall back on? The fact that we arise, rather say. That's an old black language that we came up with called Tutnese. A rather say meaning arise. We always arise to the occasion. So we make the suppression, the oppression look like it's not happening because we still succeed despite all that. We the richest group of black people in the world. You dig? The amount of money that we spend every year puts us on par with like the third or the second richest country in the world.
So hold on, Perry. If you can tell me that and give me that fact, then why
So
are you still saying you
I
are
mean, but
oppressed?
we are oppressed. Despite that, that's the
Okay.
thing. Despite us, still being successful and doing our thing, that we do that despite the oppression, which makes us even more impressive. But at the end of the day, we still being oppressed. We just achieve all these things despite all of that. You know, every black child is always told at some point in his life that you're gonna have to work harder than everybody else because that's just the way the world is. You know what
Thanks.
I'm saying? We've always been told that shit. So it's
Right.
like, despite all of that, we still succeed despite the oppression. But it doesn't because we succeed don't mean that oppression don't exist. We doing that shit despite it, despite the bullshit. And I'm not gonna just say that it's just foundational black Americans doing it. You know what I mean? All black people do that. We all do it. But
Yeah. Yeah.
foundational black Americans, especially because we always been kept right up under white supremacy. Like they keep a close eye on us.
Mm-hmm.
We the only ones that don't. Even though these other groups of black people, they have lands that they don't control, and even though it's still being controlled by white supremacy, they still have somewhat of a space. We succeed despite not having all of that. You dig?
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. All right. So this question came up earlier when I was listening to that same conversation, right? Um, do you think that we should separate? Do you think the races should separate or be separate?
Us as foundational Black Americans is it's like life or death for us right now. We have to establish ourselves as our own group, and we have to set up gatekeepers and things like that. That's important for us because everybody else is doing it, and no one gets upset that Jamaicans or Haitians are Haitians or Cruisians or people from the Virgin Islands or Puerto Ricans or Dominicans. No one gets upset that we have to have that. That like us, we've been very accepting of everyone. And I'm not saying that we got beef with people. Hell no. We're just saying that we gotta establish ourselves as a strong base first. You know, we can't keep just letting everybody into what we doing because it's not helping us. It's hurting us.
I hear you, Perry. Let me holler at the brothers. I see the homies in here. Nito in the building and Robbie in the building. What's up? What's up with y'all brothers, man?
What's going on, man?
Chilling, brother. Chilling. Yeah, my bad. I was looking. They sending me. Yeah, man. My daughter's gonna play AAU basketball, man. So they sending me message. Kind of excited about that. But yeah, what do y'all think, man? No, let's let Nito and Robbie jump in, brothers. Y'all come on in, man. What oppression? Oppression. I guess I'll ask you, Nito, because you had made a comment earlier in the chat, brother. Oppression. Are you being oppressed?
Well, I see where I'm at in little increments. You know what I mean?
Give me an example.
Damn. Baby, help me out.
And that's kind of the problem. That's kind of the problem is and no shot at you, Nito, but a lot of times that's what non-black people will ask you for, something right there on the spot. Well, you keep crying about being oppressed, then how are you oppressed? You know what I'm saying? Let me ask. Go ahead, take your time on that, Nito. Let me ask you, Robbie. Robbie, are you being oppressed? And if you are, how so?
I feel that being in a system of white supremacy is kind of like going to a car dealership. When you walk away with the keys to that car, you may think you negotiated for a good deal, but no matter how good of a deal you think you got, that's the whole part of the scam, is to make you think you got a good deal. So I could argue and say to a degree, I have a good deal as an individual, but like as a collective, in terms of me being in tune and understanding how my other family members are and their opportunities, we are being oppressed because we don't have generational wealth. We don't have those safety nets. It takes money to make money. So a lot of us are just surviving, keeping our head above water. We're not really getting ahead like we could unless we make extreme sacrifices. So in terms of having that cushion so that we won't be one paycheck away from poverty, I would say that we're oppressed financially in that regard. And as far as systematic white supremacy, I mean, they're a lot worse than they were even 10 years ago in terms of being blatant and honest, which I don't have a problem with. It's just like when I heard some of those white supremacists on that podcast kind of talking a little bit that I heard, I'm not going to allow anyone to bamboozle us out of our birthright. Our ancestors, including us, if we've paid taxes, we have sweat equity in America. We have an
Absolutely.
invested interest in America. So you need to change America. Don't try to kick us out and give us some BS piece of land that you don't want. You know what I mean? That probably has a nuclear waste. You know what I mean? They'll do
Yeah.
some
Hey, that's
crazy.
crazy you said that, Robbie, because eventually in that conversation, the white guy was like, hey, okay, if you guys want to be separate, what state do you want? You want us to just give you guys Alaska? And he was like, what?
Yeah,
Alaska?
trying to ship you like,
Like,
yeah, he's
damn,
trying to ship
like,
you all the way
you
like far.
know what I'm
Look,
saying?
bro,
Like,
look.
that's how little you think about us. Like, you
But
know
here's the
what?
thing, though. Deep down inside, they're projecting because they know how little the U.S. government thinks of them. They
Mm,
feel bamboozled. They feel used. They feel like suckers. Because think about it. They've had more opportunity than us. Like I heard Dick Gregory say, for a white man, with all the opportunities that he has to settle and be a police officer or a truck driver, he's a failure. They
Yeah,
have
let's
so
keep it
much
real, Robbie.
opportunity.
Yeah, Robbie,
Yeah.
Robbie, not to cut you off, but let's keep it real. When you look at foundational Black Americans, we're doing better than most white people across the world, and even in America. Their numbers in America is so high. They're the majority of the population. But most of them are poor. They have police called on them all the time at the trailer parks and things like that. There's a lot of areas in America. America's a big land, and they take up a big chunk of it. And most of them are poor and on welfare. So we don't just outshine other people that look like us. We outshine white folks too. Like, this is keeping 100. You have like a small percentage of East Indians that come over here and succeed and do well. But on average, Indian people do they're not on the level of foundational Black Americans. I'm sorry. These people are living in countries where they're shitting in the streets. The average East Indian makes, I don't know, like maybe $200 a month. You know what I mean? Some shit like $2,000 a year, where the average foundational Black American makes like 45,000 a year, something like that. So there's really no comparisons. I just
No,
wanted to say that
that's
real
what it
quick,
is.
brother.
I think when it comes to us, all we would appreciate is a little bit more financial security. But see, they equate their happiness with what they have and don't have materially, and they're trying to compete with like Jeff Bezos, these Jewish millionaires and billionaires. That's what they get hell bent and upset about. They want to be able to send
right.
their kids to Harvard, to Berkeley. They don't want to send their kids to community college.
But
We're
what
just
I'm
like, hey
saying, but
man,
what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is this: it's a very small percentage of them doing that.
no, I
We
got you.
do,
But what I'm trying to say is
we
the
do that,
vast
we do that
what
at a higher rate than they do.
right. So
They
what
don't
I'm saying is
see, and, and,
that's
and
where they
and one thing with them, they don't compare themselves to our cream of the crop. They
right. So
compare themselves
the
to
the
the dusties of us, the
right
dustiest.
the respectfully what I the point that I was trying to make respectfully is, and I think we're both saying the same thing. That's where the danger lies because they know the truth, and that's where the potentiality for violence to occur because they're not happy with where they are. You get what I'm trying to say? They project a lot of their negativity and insecurity.
Yeah, but we're not the ones being negative. You're coming over here. We fought for you to come over here. And what you're doing is you're coming over here and you're dumping your trash on us. And we're not saying it's all of them, but it doesn't matter. All we're saying is, as FBA, we realize that we got a lot of dope shit popping as a culture. We damn near invented everything in America: music, inventions, the car engine, the traffic light. People wouldn't even have traffic lights if it wasn't for us. There would be no traffic lights in the world. Refrigerators, air conditioners, the light bulb, all these things, that's our culture. We invented. And what we're saying is we're going to appreciate that and come together as a group and take it more seriously like we did back in the 60s. We're going to do that again. And we just not fucking with everybody can't come in. You could be an ally of us, but we're going to focus on ourselves and get ourselves together as one group. and everyone's, kind of upset about that. And it's not like we're attacking anyone or assaulting anyone by doing that. We're doing the same thing that they do. I don't understand what the big deal is.
I think you guys are talking about two different things. If I'm honest, I think so. Because I think like you're talking about immigrants, Perry, and I think Robbie is talking about like
I
white
was
people.
talking about the white supremacist that was
Yeah,
battling the
yeah,
Hebrew.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about, Perry. So I mean, but what was that last point you made, Robbie? Shit, I forgot. I wanted to say something on that, but brother Perry, I wanted brother Perry to make sure he got his words in. What
Yeah.
did you
All,
say,
all I
Robbie?
was based all I was basically saying was that if I remember correctly, I was just ending it on the note as far as like the frustration that comes from those white supremacists on that podcast.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah,
what it
yeah,
is, when
yeah.
they get done try to bamboozle us and project all of their insecurity, you see the caveman come out of them when they're in survival mode. That's what's going on in the Ukraine. Everything's cool as long as somebody got bread and meat in their stomach and they feel like the system of white supremacy is stable. But you seen as soon as the grid and the establishment collapsed, boy, the racism came out. They were letting those African immigrants know what time it was. You know what I'm trying to say? They still had
Yeah.
time to practice racism. So what I'm saying is the same thing will happen here in America. Let white folks lose enough of their stuff. Gas prices go up, they lose their job, they lose their house. We're used to not having that financial security, or like I'm not gonna get bent out of shape if my kid never goes to Harvard. But with them, you know what I'm saying? They'll fucking get all pissed, get themselves in a boatload of debt, and maybe not even finish school, or finish school and can't find a job. So, like I say, historically, black people have always been that scapegoat
I
when
love it.
things go wrong. And this time around, it's not. Like I say, if Trump runs again and he wins, I hope he pushes for universal health care, because all those white supremacists are going to need to have a good dental plan messing with black people, because I'm going to be knocking teeth out. I've had enough, man. I don't have nobody talking
Well,
crazy to
that's
me.
the thing. Well, that's one thing. I'm not too worried about. Like, I think that they always talked about this great racial war that was going to happen in America right before World War III jumped off. That was always this prophecy that everybody speaks of, and they even quote the Bible on it. And the way the Bible speak about it, the Most High says that the blacks would be the children of Israel, and they would be like lions amongst grass grazing animals when this shit jump off. So what I mean by that is, even though we're like 14% of the population, most of them are pussy, and they just not built like that. You
Let
know
me
what I
read
mean?
this.
Like,
Yeah, yeah. Perry, let me read this quote, man, because this is kind of piggybacking off what you were saying, Robbie. This is an American president, Lyndon B. Johnson. He said, if you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best color man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him somebody to look down on, and he'll empty his pockets for you. I think
Bingo.
that goes to what Robbie is saying. So
Yeah.
you have people who are afforded the privilege of white privilege, didn't take advantage of it, so now is fuck you Negroes.
Hey,
Hear
Born. Hey, Born.
me though.
Check out all the white people that had stormed Congress. That's what they were yelling. Open America back up. You know why? Because a lot of them got debt. A lot of them got houses that they got to pay on, and they were behind mortgage months. You know what I mean? They were like, open this shit back up. I got too much invested and too much money. I'm owed out to. You know what I mean? I can't keep living off what the government's giving us. You know what I mean?
And even in the video I played, man, I don't want to play their content. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna play all of their content, but it was a good discussion. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat where y'all go check out the whole discussion, because really you can hear it a lot, Robbie. It's this, Robbie, you know how it is. Perry, Nito, all y'all know how it is. It's the, hey guys, we gotta get together against the small hats, man. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Can't really say it like that, but we have to get together. It's not a white and black running the world. It's the people that runs Israel. They're running the world. You know what I mean? So they're on that, and they just don't know. Like, well, they do know, but they always try to say that they're different. But we are gonna put y'all in one big box, just like y'all put us in one big box, box. You feel me? Now, don't tell me the people that's running Israel, they're different people than y'all. No, you guys collaborated for the oppression of my people.
Yep.
And you're not the real ones. Hold on. And I know I got a panel full of Israelites. Y'all are not even the real ones.
Yep.
Yeah, and America pays them people reparations every year. They
Exactly.
get them,
That's what I was about to say.
they get them trillions of dollars every year. You know
Yep.
what I mean? And at the end of the day, whether you're an Israelite or not, you know what I mean? I ride with FBA, you know what I mean? But we gotta take our own we gotta start with our group first as a people. And there's nothing wrong with that. There should be no shame in that, you know. But at the same time, I dig what you're saying, brother Rich. You know,
Yeah. You know how I do it. I mean, listen, man. Listen, Perry. Let me say this, bro. When it comes to the lawsuit and the litigation, I know we have to be separate. You feel me? All that extra shit, to me, is just extra shit. Like you're saying, um, circle the wagons, lock down the circle, cool. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this reparations talk, that's done. The circle is tight, locked down. No infiltrators can come in. It's still kind of different when we're trying to defeat global white supremacy. Also, though, so I always try to
I
look at
mean,
it.
it doesn't matter I
Yeah,
mean, at this point, it really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like we the only ones left, really. You know, everybody else, people that come into America and different countries that immigrate here, you know, a lot of them they have the mentality where I'm gonna obey white supremacy. That's better than where I'm coming from. So we have to accept that fact and just build amongst ourselves first. And maybe we could change them along the way once we get strong. But we got to get strong first as a group. That's all I'm saying.
Nah,
It's
he's
no,
speaking facts. Very few groups have tried to challenge.
it's no knock. Yeah, it's no knock against anyone. But we kind of like in a situation where other groups I could name them: Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Dominicans, Cubans, West
yeah,
Indians,
yeah.
Africans. You know, we allow them to say the word nigga to the
Mainly in
point where
your
we don't
neck of the
even know,
woods, though. Hold on, Perry.
like
Perry.
we let a lot of shit slide, man. Like
Yeah,
we
Perry,
fucked
I
up
hear
on
that
that.
though. But Perry, yeah, we let a lot of shit slide. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. You know that's your people up north in New York and maybe them big cities that let that nigga word slide like that. I just want
Yeah,
to.
but I mean, but
I just want to let that be. You know what I'm saying, let that.
but like I'm not just talking about in those type of situations. I mean, just in general on the internet, you can see somebody from the South on a panel with
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
that's Spanish that's comfortable and
yeah,
they'll
yeah,
let it
yeah,
slide
yeah,
too, you know. So
yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm not even talking about it on that level. I'm just saying that, you know, we let a lot of these different groups get very comfortable to the point where it's like, yo, it's all right to use them as a stepping stone.
Let me ask you
And
this though.
Hold
Let
on,
me
I,
ask
I
you.
kind of have a
All right,
little bit of a caveat with that though. All
go
right,
ahead.
look, I know we're gonna be B1. I know we're gonna be FBA, and I know we're not looking for allies. But let me tell you something. If you notice, anytime there's been any changes in the world, and especially in America, where the ripple effects start, it's always happened with a block of young people, right? Same thing happened in the civil rights movement. You had a black solid base, and then you did have some other people who jumped on the bandwagon, right? Because they were young, either because they listened to the music or they had black friends or they could just empathize with what the images they were seeing. Now, right now, I just finished playing basketball in my neighborhood, right?
Okay.
I'll
All
say
right.
it's about 85% Hispanic, right? So when I'm there, the music is playing. Every other word is nigga, right? So these are young cats. Some of them in college. Some of them are about to graduate from high school. Some of them are like under 20. Everybody's under 25 but me,
We
right?
dominate the culture.
So
That's
here's
the
the
thing.
thing.
We are the
Hold on.
culture.
Let me
Let him finish. Let him land,
my
Perry.
plane. What I'm trying to say is, a couple of times I hear them say, "Man, we trying to see who's got to take this nigga home," or they'll just say to each other like, "Man, nigga, you tripping," but it's not like Nigger. I can tell that they're meaning it just like street slang, like how I would if I went back home in Atlanta and people like, "Man, what's up, my nigga Bobby?" That's it. Like, it didn't even trigger me in no way. The only time it ever triggered me is when I knew somebody meant something like in a derogatory way, and they actually said something more than just that. They said something based on African or something. You know what I'm saying? You'll know like when somebody's being on some
You know the
Let me
prejudice
just
context.
type
say this.
shit.
You
Yeah.
know the
Let me just say
context
this
and
real
their
quick.
intention.
Right.
Let me just
So
say this. Let me just say this.
I'm saying
Mhm.
all that to say that there are young people up until they get invested in this establishment that are willing to be radical and go against the system. You get what I'm trying to say? Because
Yeah,
I pick
Robbie, I
people's brain.
understand completely. I just want to say this real quick. I want to connect this point with what you're saying. It's funny that you see all these different groups of people that are not FBA taking on things that are inherently FBA. And it's weird because they come from parents that tell them to stay away from FBA. And their parents don't sound like that. We as FBA, we sound like our parents. Our speech, our swagger, the way we talk, all of our culture, everything, it comes from our parents. So it's weird seeing other groups of people. And now a lot of the things we do and say comes from our culture that we've developed over here. Like for instance, we've learned how to get on code and when it comes to language. Like and they call it abonics or something like that. But that's actually a form of intelligence. That was something that we developed. We can say something that may sound like something the total opposite of what we're actually saying.
Jive. To this day, I'd have to have somebody break jive down to me, but it was very slick. And white people could not ever crack it hardly.
Yeah, and see, so these are things. Now it's weird when you look at other groups of people that pick that shit up and just like you were saying, you've seen all these kids on the playground and they basically speaking our language, like you know, and it's weird because that their parents don't speak that way. They don't come from that, but yet and still they adopted it. So I just wanted to say, that's just how dominant and how powerful we are as FBA. We are the culture. It just is what it is. And all I'm saying is for us to recognize that and let's just, do our thing, you know, based off of this culture that everyone loves and adopts. Let's own it and let's be gatekeepers of it and just don't let any riffraff or any little bullshit come into it, and fuck it up like we've been doing. We get it popping, man. Just like that. It's not a big. It's easy. We've done it before. It's just all about recognizing the greatness in yourselves. You know, and as FBA, we got a lot of greatness, baby. Like I said, we invented the traffic lights. The whole world used that. You
Hell
know,
yeah, that's true.
Let me ask you this though, Perry. What made you want to just get so involved with FBA or Foundational Black Americans, knowing that you have a Caribbean parent?
well, I was raised. My pops was there in my life, but I wasn't raised with him. I was born in Harlem, raised in Harlem, and I was raised in my mother's family, which is FBA. So those was the people that really loved on me and raised me, and You know, so that's what I know. And I just feel like even though from a spiritual standpoint, from a biblical standpoint, I
Yeah.
recognize that I am West Indian. I'm a Benjamite
Yeah.
because my father's is West Indian. That makes me a Benjamite. I'm not a Judite,
Mm-hmm.
but from a legal stance in the world that we live in today, you know, I am considered FBA because I have a parent that's FBA. You
Yeah,
know, so
according to
it's
that.
like
Yes.
right. So that's just and there's nothing wrong with it, even from a biblical standpoint. There's nothing wrong with Benjamin accepting Judah as the king, as the rightful king. That's the way it was supposed to be from the get-go. You know, Benjamin had according to the Bible, Benjamin had the crown, and then God chose Judah to have the crown. You know, so I don't feel any type of way about it. You know, like even from my Israelite roots, you know, as a Benjamite, I feel like all the different tribes are supposed to recognize Judah, which is FBA, and galvanize up under Judah. You dig? I don't like the fact that the other tribes, instead of respecting Judah, they looking down on Judah. You know, like I look at that as like the devil's plan. Like they not supposed to be doing that. You know what
I
I mean?
have a
They supposed to
question. I have a question. When I know like Israel, it's right before everybody was dispersed. You had Benjamin and then you had Judah, basically, right? Because you did have the 12 tribes, but I guess they kind of consolidated between the two, right? North and South. My thing is, how does one know what tribe they're from? Like from a biblical standpoint, like when you said the West Indies, or if somebody will say, because I don't know, like somebody would say the Puerto Ricans or Ishtar or something. Like I've heard some brothers break it
Yeah,
down
yeah,
over the
yeah,
years.
yeah.
That's what I want to know.
he said it's a tough. Nah, I mean, look, man,
It's
you
a
had
card,
some.
right?
Yeah, it's the well, Issachar would be the Mexicans,
And
and a lot of that.
Ephraim.
Well, yeah, Ephraim would be the Puerto Ricans, and
Okay.
a lot of that, you know, a lot of that is based off of what them brothers would do back in those days, and we still that's the foundation of being an Israelite. You know, you had a brother by the name of Albert Bivens that just came up with these with an amazing way of looking at the Bible, and we still follow that to this day. But yeah, it's based off of the prophecies. So when he was breaking down the prophecies, Issachar was described to be like a donkey crunching between two countries. So we look at it as Mexico. Like we look at the Mexicans as being Issachar, the tribe of Issachar, you know, and we also look at it based off of the prophecies concerning Israel and what Israel would be going through in the last days, you know, before World War I, World War II, and because all of this is in the Bible. It's weird, but you know, it takes a lot to take it in. You know what I mean? But yeah, a lot of that is based off of that, and they kind of put it together like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you heard him, Robbie. Breaking down that chart, man. Y'all here born over here breaking down that chart, man. Y'all here born over here breaking down that chart. Look at that chart, man. Boy, nigga, come on, man. Yeah, it's gonna be a new day when born. You know what I'm saying? When born go home, it's over. It's over. I'm killing everybody on the religious debates. I ain't quite ready yet though. I was breaking down them chart. I know them. I know that chart though. I don't know it, but I'm getting better at that chart though, man. So, all right, this is what I want to ask y'all. Is let me ask y'all this: do you think that, um, for lack of a better term, the white man is being oppressed, either here in America or globally? Do you think the white man is being oppressed?
No, but
Nah,
that's
man,
what
right.
No.
I just want to say real quick, the white man has white privilege, being white. in today's time is like being on welfare. That shit is that's the whole problem I have with the system we
Cal
live in.
Rittenhouse sure
Yeah,
is
like
the
that's
best
the whole
example of
issue
that.
I have with the system.
Yeah.
We live in a system that is biased toward white people. It is rigged for them to, it's always been like that. They've never made secrets about it. What you think Jim Crow was all about? You know what I mean? Like we've been locked out of so many things, and this shit was done systematically. So hell no, they're not being oppressed. They're white. They have a system of being white. Like white privilege is a system of welfare in itself.
Well, let me
Yeah,
ask you this. Go ahead,
but you
Nito.
see,
My bad.
but you see when they don't get their way, or like what the white supremacy system does, they show their ass. They will show their ass
What do you
on
mean?
any little form, of like, this ain't right. This ain't how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? We supposed to be able to 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 do whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's
Yes,
just like
yes, yes.
them going up in the Capitol building in Michigan, and I keep on saying the Capitol because that shit right there, man, showed the whole world that white supremacy is up there, and they do what they want to. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like Robbie
Oh,
said, when white people don't get their way, they're gonna lose their shit. A white man, you take something from him, he gonna lose his shit.
let me
He
let
don't
me
got the
ask.
freedom to be. He don't got the freedom to roam. When this pandemic was strong, he had the freedom to roam and do what he wanted. I don't want to wear my mask. I want to walk in here and like I normally do. When shit, you doing that, you can get yourself sick. The people you around sick. So that goes to show you, man. You take something from them and you tell them no, you can't do that. You slap their hand, discipline them a little. They lose their motherfucking mind.
Mm. Let me ask Robbie a question, Robbie, because every time Perry says, well, not every time, but when Perry said white privilege, you said Cal Rittenhouse. Like, explain it to me, brother. How did Cal Rittenhouse exercise his white privilege?
I'm just saying he was able to do the lemon face and look like a baby or an infant to make it look like he was indefensible, like he didn't know what he was doing, like everybody was judging him and being harsh on him and that he was being oppressed. Like those were tears of oppression. Like he didn't do anything wrong and he felt like, he's being unfairly targeted and that basically everything they do to us. They'll villainize you, they will ruin your reputation and then send you to trial, and the trial's already been biased. So they were afraid of a tainted jury. But I think they did a really good job of doing a PR campaign for him way before he had the trial. And the judge on the trial, I guess, was the biggest indicator that it wasn't going to be something that was fair and unbiased. I mean, he was looking for every loophole he could to make sure language used in the trial didn't vilify him as paint him as a vigilante, and also I think when they let him off with the rifle, which I'm thinking at the very least he should have got the rifle charge, and not even that happened. So man, look, black folks won't even go on the makeup aisle with their wife and with their hands in their pocket. What I mean? Black folks won't even let their kids play with the bubble gum and the Snickers too much, right? Right before you checking out the store because the clerk probably think you're gonna steal some shit, especially if you're not in a black area. So, what I mean, we already know these basic things that we put in the Negro Please column. So I would implore anybody who wants to challenge that just to try it and see how it works out.
Yeah.
Word,
Mm.
that's a fact. You gonna get hemmed up. That's what's gonna happen. You gonna hem your ass up. Go ahead and do a social experiment. Go walk up
And
in
try
a
the
high,
poker face while you're doing
place.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, you gonna get him right the fuck up.
yeah, they don't give a damn about that puckered up lips and all that shit. Hell no.
Damn, I was trying to
Tell me
see.
something, especially in the past. I want to make sure I'm not delusional. Have you ever been in a store and depending on what part of the store you're in, they make it so obvious that they're watching you because they'll be like code blue 86 to cosmetics, code blue 86, or you could be like right there where electronics are, and I'm just looking at the DVDs, and then like 10 minutes later, they'll have somebody acting like they're straightening up stuff. They try, I mean, sometimes they try their damnness not to make it obvious, but some people aren't that tactful and they do make it super obvious. But I think there's been so many lawsuits, especially like say with Walmart, they try their best just to have their secret shoppers be the ones who look at you. But and they got cameras. They got more cameras in there than the Gestapo, Gestapo police in the UK. I mean, Walmart has like hundreds of cameras in there, so there's no reason they should ever accuse somebody of shoplifting falsely. But this is what happens when you give uneducated people power. There'll be some people seeing a black person as like a Bigfoot sighting, and this is now their opportunity to practice white supremacy. So if you happen to be the only black person there, like I want to say most people are not going to be like hyperbolic and aggressive, but you have them handful of dedicated Trump seamen with a shot of Russian pee drinking white supremacists or wannabe white supremacists that piss me off, because you already know what time it is with them. They're looking like they're breathing down your neck. I look, that's why I prefer to buy things online now. But then at the same point in time, I say, screw that. I have freedom, man. If I want to go to the store, I'm gonna go to the store. Now, if you
It's
degrade,
it's that's just, you just gotta accept the fact that that's the world that we live in.
no,
When I
no,
look
no.
at
The question that I asked, which you guys kind of answered to make sure I wasn't delusional, had anybody else experienced that? Because the
oh
reason
yeah,
why I
of
say
course.
that,
Oh yeah.
I'll be in
You know
some
what I do?
situations with my girl, and I know, and it angers me because I know innocently in her mind, she's probably like, man, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see it. And I'm like, I feel like the dude on They Live with the glasses, and I'm like, I see these motherfuckers plain as
Yo,
day
that's
what
a
they
good
doing.
movie. That's a dope ass movie, by the way, yo. That's
Hell
one of
yeah.
my favorite movies, man.
Hell
John
yeah.
Carpenter
Still
is a
relevant to
dope
this
joint.
day.
But
What is that?
that shit, yeah,
86?
bro. I understand what you said, bro. Like I live in New York, so when I go to Macy's, but I'm so used to it that it just bounced off me, and I know that I don't have any intentions of stealing or nothing like that. Now there was a time in my life where I was into that type of shit, like running with boosters and
Yes.
doing armed robberies and shit like that. I did that, so I know what it's like to have the feel paranoid because you know what you into. But the life I live now, I've been working for like the past 15 years. You know what I mean? I'm making good money. When I go downtown to shop, I don't let white supremacy bother me in that way. You dig? I'm gonna go down there and get what I want to get, and that's that.
Yep.
Despite
And then you flex on them. You flex on
right,
them.
well, yeah,
Buy a whole
despite
bunch of
them
shit you weren't
virtually,
gonna buy. Go to the
yeah,
register and pull out all that money and buy your shit. Hell yeah. Cause that's what happened to
My bad,
Oprah.
my connection fell. Now,
See,
this was
that's
the
what
part
happened to
that I was,
Oprah. That's what happened to Oprah in Europe. Didn't Oprah
yeah.
yeah. She
get
went well. Oprah wanted to. Oprah was being extra, so she went. Oprah thinks she's white. Oprah doesn't realize that she's just a high paid slave. But that's like
yeah.
a whole nother story, a situation. I don't think any of us is in
She
Oprah's
thought every
situation.
middle-aged white woman recognized her even around the globe. And when they saw her, they were like, are you here? You know what I'm saying? To empty the trash and clean up. We're not open yet. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Right, that's
Hey,
a
You
fact.
look like Aunt
hey,
your
Yeah.
mama. Are you
yeah,
are you here to
Yeah.
get your Aunt your mama royalty checks or something? Because we don't
for
get it.
real,
Now, but
but
here's the thing. I was gonna tell y'all what concerns me. See, now with this wave that Trump has ushered in, you got more bold white supremacists. So what I have seen is when people jump the gun, well, they'll call the cops, kind of like what happened to Ryan Coogler, right? That's my concern. Like, what if they get it wrong, thinking I'm shoplifting, right? Because there's some overzealous Barney Fife type. He calls the cops, or they tackle you, or falsely arrest you. Now, if they falsely arrest me and I got it on camera, nigga, I'm be like, baby, what color Lamborghini you want? My fear is
It's always
for a hyper vigilant cop to come. You get what I'm saying? And you get shot. And
mhm.
also, too, it never fails. They catch me on a bad day with that bullshit. You know what I mean? Where you're already dealing with your own just shit where you're like, nigga, I'm not in the mood today. Like some
But
days,
the thing is this though, Robbie, right? There's always a possibility for that with us living in America. We already understand that. But at the same time, we gotta make them pay. When that Karen bitch in Central Park threatened that black brother and said I'll call the cops and he filmed it, we can't make the mistake that he did. He doubled back on them charges and dropped them against her because he caved in to white supremacy. We can't do that. We got to make them pay every time they do some bullshit like that. And if I was Ryan Coogler, I would sue the shit out of that bank. We got to hit them in the pockets. We got to make them pay every time.
Because they pockets the only way we're gonna get to. Only way we're gonna get them to.
Yeah. So that's the thing, and not just their pockets. Just like the situation with the dude in Central Park with the white lady.
If that's the case, all of us need to go shopping to Walmart wearing hoodies in Mississippi, like Operation Bankrupt Walmart. That's what I'm gonna do. And they're gonna be like, "Sir, Mr. Nigger, do you need any help? What was that you just say to me? You meth smoking, tobacco chewing motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? Get them on camera."
Yeah. Even if we lose, we still expose them. We get to expose the fact that they have two laws in America. They have the amendments, they have the civil rights laws, they have all that shit. But they also have another law called common law, which is for white people.
The most powerful white person in America, though, still is the white woman, especially the crying white woman. A white woman with false accusations against a black man. The only time her powers don't work is when she goes against a white man. Epstein and Weinstein were an exception. I think that's only because they fell out with the good old boy club. Anybody else? Man, them women learn too quick. They're too scared to make accusations against a powerful white man. But a black man, period, it don't matter if you're a brother on the block or you somebody corporate or you a celebrity. All they got to do, look how they did Cuba Gooding Jr. There was some lady, he touched her on the leg. She made it seem like he tried to rape her or some shit. And they actually I don't know if the charges got dropped, but I need to follow up on that case, but they were making it seem like he ended up having like 2 or 3 accusations. I'm like, what did this brother try to do? Like open a black museum or some shit? Like as soon as a nigga try to do some positive shit, you need to stay like 100 feet away from white women.
That's facts.
All right, let me play this video because y'all did speak about Ryan Coogler. What's up with your ass, Getty?
My brother, yeah, I'm here, man. I'm just here listening, bro.
I got you, brother. Let me.
Do your thing, bro. Do your thing. But if you give me a second, though, I just wanted to address some of the points the brother was talking about, right? And one thing, me as well, apparently they call us people that's born in Europe, bro. But even though some of us are born in Europe, we don't really claim to, even they're trying to integrate us into this white supremacy system and keep making us look like, you know what, just forget about your past, forget about who you really are, African and that. Be integrated, be European, you're one of us, right? But the point is, the one thing I do have noticed about these so-called people that claim themselves, they're not white supremacy, but they're just a normal white person on the street, or even the Karen you see on the street, right? They keep coming with this thing, especially us African people or people from outside, they will come with this point of, once you speak the true fact, you spit in them facts, them bars, they will come quickly with that point of, if you got a problem, why don't you go back to your country? So,
yes.
Do you get that stuff in America as well?
Absolutely.
When they get cornered,
they can't really tell foundational Black Americans to go back to Africa because we're not from Africa. We haven't been in Africa in over 500-600 years. So we're not immigrants. You can't deport foundational Black Americans. So that doesn't work on us. So no, we don't get that. We don't get that.
I don't understand it don't work, but I see this as the same mindset, because when we get, the British white people in Britain, right? They will always try to separate themselves from white Europeans, white American, white people all over the world, Australian. They will say, no, we British, right? But one thing I have noticed about these majority of these white people, they all speak the same. When they get cornered into the box of reality, when you keep spitting reality and you keep dashing reality in front of them and you just keep showing them the truth, yes. And they keep denying it. They're trying to, they're trying to dodge, reality bullets, right? We call it, right? They always come to the same point, and that's one thing I've noticed, right? If it's white Australian, white American, white European, and these now they're claiming British people are not European no more, right? That's what they're claiming. That's because they left the EU.
I mean, when it kind of like I said, man, yeah, you immigrated to a European country, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Your forefathers, right? All
yeah.
right, so your plight is a little different from mine. We're
Yeah,
still
most definitely,
brothers.
most definitely.
We're cousins because we
Most
both
definitely.
live under.
What he's
We both.
basically saying though is, do white supremacists say go home, even if it doesn't make logical sense? They did used to say nigger go back to Africa, all that type of shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, they can't even
Yeah,
say
but
a country now.
that was like it. I don't think it would like it doesn't hit home like it does with him.
but
You
brother,
know
it's
what I
not
mean?
just
Like
about
Yeah, because
going
I
home.
laugh
The
at that.
point of going home, it's the same. The goals go to the same point. There's other points as well. They all share a common and saying that you guys are all have the victim mentality. That's another thing I've seen from these people, right? You all share the victim mentality. You're always talking about being oppressed. All this type of bullshit. So why they claiming that's so different, but their ideology, I call it a religion, this white supremacy, because a
I
person
mean,
that
like I
comes from
said,
It's
once
poverty,
called
like like like
gaslighting.
like like once again, when it comes to foundational Black Americans, most white people they come from immigrants too. They came to this country after we built it up. What was significant about America is that it was built for free by my people, by FBA. So even a lot of white people, their ancestry goes back to Ireland, Germany. Europe was a shithole. Europe is still a shithole. You got countries in Eastern Europe where the AIDS rate is super high. They're fucking drug addicts. They're nasty. Like there's a lot of slums all throughout Europe. So as FBA, we don't have a problem with telling them that, pointing that out to them. So, we don't really have too many interactions with them. They kind of, you don't see too many times where you see debates between FBAs and white supremacists. They just do their thing and we trying to do ours.
Hey, Blacks, can I ask you a question? When you get into these discussions and you hear a white person say it, are they white males saying it or white females? Because from my
bro.
understanding of what I see, it seemed like white girls over there uncomfortably go after black men. It seemed like the more chocolate you are, the more they want to procreate with you almost, or have sex with you, which is problematic because a lot of white males tend to be insecure about that. And I can only imagine, I don't know if the UK still has those issues as much as say here to a degree, but I'm assuming so. I bet you if I had a quarter for every time it happened, it's probably a white male that says it, or a white man.
Especially if you're an FBA man. Like foundational Black Americans, we get so much love when we travel to these different countries, and we're distinguished from a lot of other Black people, and they know that.
Hold on, hold
So
on. Hold on real quick, Perry. Let's let I want to ask Getty
Yeah,
answer
yeah.
that.
I just wanted to
Robbie
address
asked
the
you.
brother's point.
Robbie, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to address the brother point. It was a very good point. Yeah, but one thing, brother, I have noticed for myself is that once these white women that's in love with the black man or want to be with the black people, just these people, once they're amongst their own crowd, and you as a black people start talking about your oppression, that's when you find out what their true identity is. That's when you find out, bro, when they start being in denial. And they never, there comes a point, bro, white people don't the problem white people have, they have the lack of intellect to understand oppression that majority of the world is talking about. Remember this, brother, these people are only 10% of the world, right? We the blacks, we the Asians, we the Arabs, all of these people are talking about the oppression these people are doing to them, right? But they're missing something in their brain to accept that information and just look at the reality, something that's right in front of them, and something that everybody's talking about. It's not just one or two or three people. We're all saying the same points. We all addressing the same issues, right? So they're lacking this, bro. That is when you find out. All right, they can say, I'm married to a black man. I've got a black boyfriend, or I've got a black girlfriend, and all of that, right? But the problem is, do you understand really truthfully what oppression is though, when these people are talking about it? Especially when they're all saying the same shit. It's not just me and another, the 19% of the black person are saying it and another 29% are saying it. No, I'm not saying like, that's one black person saying it and then 10 black people that's not saying the same shit. But we are like 90% are saying the same shit, brother. We all saying the same shit,
I
brother.
like you saying that, Ash Getty. I like you saying that too, Ash Getty, because I do, when I do have conversations with white people about this type of topic, I ask them, do you think that all these black people are making this shit up? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like in one breath, you would say, well, you black people can't get along. You just kill each other. But in the next breath, you would tell me that these millions of black people that saying white supremacy exists, you're going to tell me that they're making that up. It's an imaginary boogeyman that these millions of people are making up. But then in the same breath, you say, man, we can't even get together to make up something. I don't know. That's
I
what
think
I
it's just real simple, Vaughn, before you play the video. It's just real simple. They don't care. They don't care. Why would they want to give up an advantage, even if it's an advantage they didn't ask for? Very few people will do that.
No, absolutely. I heard.
So, brother, let's
Yeah,
get closer. Let's get closer to the understanding. Do we all agree that this thing is like a religion to these people? That the grandparents passed on to their parents,
yeah, it's the way of
passed on
life.
to their parents. And not even by they might not have said it directly in words like all the time and that, but it's just the system they're living in and their surrounding, right? Thinking, you know what the fuck are these black people talking about? Even though we all saying the same shit, you know. And
It's a
back to
global
the
at this point it's a global system of white supremacy at this point, and you're right, and that's just the way it's set up, and yeah, they're basically given an advantage being
and
white.
brother, yeah, it's a very
And they do
it's
practice
very
it. They practice it like a religion. You're right. They live
Yeah.
by
that's
it,
what I'm
practice
saying,
it.
because like back to the point of the brother asking about and white girl loving the black man and this and that. Like I was saying, bro, once they're in around the crowd of people, that religion start kicking in. She might be in love or married or have about 3 kids with that black man, but she doesn't understand this shit, bro. We saying, so that's what I'm saying. This is why I do say this strongly. It's very dangerous for black men to be with white women, and try to thinking about having a family and this and that. Do you want to be with another half that will never understand your oppression, that is going to be continued for generations and generations to come from now, innit? Which is always happened. It already happened 500 years. These black people have been telling you for 500 years. Are you trying to extend this shit for another 500 years or who knows even more, for how longer? Because what it is, you're trying to confuse us, make it look like we just chatting shit. So we must be all fucking stupid,
No. We just point out the fact that a lot of like black men, especially I know foundational black American men are very desirable, and black men in general are desirable amongst their people, and their children copy us. Like I said, in particularly foundational black American men, even their children mimic us, copy us, incorporate that they've been doing this with us for years. So I feel like, we haven't been on code in a long time, and I'm watching us get on code now, and that this is becoming very trendy. And I just want to, keep pushing it. And even if you're not, foundational black American, I think it's cool that you push it too. This thing is getting very trendy, it's getting on code, and we're appreciating our culture. And which, and I think, when a brother brought up the fact that a lot of, European women, they fetish over, they love black men and all this, we just point out the fact that, that a lot of that has to do with how dope our culture is, at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, my bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me find this, right? As Giddy, you'll have something to say about this. This is something. So, matter of fact,
Show that, my brother, man.
let me set this. Let me set the table real quick. Family, listen, while y'all in the building, hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. Feel free to leave your comments and all of that, man. And I really appreciate y'all for being here. You know what I mean? Shout out to the brothers on the panel. Shout out to Robbie. Hopefully Robbie will come back. But shout out to y'all. But I want to play some more of this video that I initially was
Anytime,
playing.
brother, can you play the video as well? I posted,
Well,
brother.
give me a premise on what the video is about, Ash Getty.
It's basically about everything you're talking about. Is another foundation of Black American who's literally exposing these people, right? And he's getting everything spot on.
Exposing what people? What people?
White supremacy. And he's making points. Basically, there was many different points he was addressing, right? But that's one of the points he was addressing here, where he was saying the Ukrainian embassy went behind the African people's back, right? And start putting out posters saying, we're looking to recruit people to go and fight in Ukraine.
Yeah.
So, as you know, you got some dickhead, African like Hectors and that. What they're going to do, yes, they're going to go apply, right?
They went to apply.
Many Black African people going to fight for people that were telling them, you're not allowed to jump on a train. Only white people are allowed to jump on a train.
Yeah. As Getty, thank you, brother, for watching my last episode or my last couple episodes. Yeah. When I went into depth about this, As Getty, I went into depth about how they was going behind the embassies and going to directly to the African people, trying to get them to fight. I played a video of some of the brothers speaking about their experience on the train. Like I played that. I covered that.
And there's no consequences behind it. So that goes to show you how Black people are oppressed globally. These people call Somalians pirates when you're in their waters. You're on. These people have the right to defend their waters and their coast.
It's not even that, brother.
You got
Let
France.
Let me just bring you insight on
fucking. Hold on, real quick. You got France flying jets over countries in Africa, invading their airspace.
And on top of that, they don't want to leave the currency. Imagine France left the currency in Africa, saying that 75% of that currency. So basically, about 15 countries in Africa, all the money they make a year has to go back to France and stored in a France bank, and they're only allowed to get 15% back of that money. So basically, you're working for the slave master.
Right. So that pretty much. Would you agree, brother, that answers Richard's question on oppression? Are we oppressed? Yeah, we're oppressed as Black people globally.
Yep.
Globally, I would say globally, not just FBA, but just globally, we're all oppressed.
100%. But the point is, what I'm trying to study right now, as a group of people, is why people have this problem not understanding that, something so simple that you, as a Black brother of mine here from America, are telling me about my pain as an African, right? And you understand my pain, right? So simply. But I'm telling you, bro, it's because they don't want to accept the truth. Like, earlier you were talking about Somalia, right? Imagine this, brother. Yeah, Somalia had a lot of different type of, how do I say, revenues coming into Somalia, right? Because of the civil war, but there's still revenue. Like if you look at Somalia, right, it's the leader of global money transfer, for example, right? So they're the first people who even set up this global money transfer system. Since they realized our people are going to leave their homeland, they should find a way to be able to transfer their money from anywhere on the planet, right? And this is why a couple of brothers came together. They said, you know what? We're going to open up one branch here. We're going to open up a branch in America, a branch in China, and we're just going to expand on that. And they expanded. The business became an empire that was making something like 36 billion a year. And this is like the census was just made 2018 or something like that. And then another guy who set up Remit. I don't know if you heard about Remit, right? That's another Somali, right? But what we were reduced to, brother, after we had civil wars and that, was our fish in the waters, right? So, as most people do know that Somalia, has some of the most expensive, some of the best fish on the planet, coming into the Somali coast, right? So what
Yeah, and
happened was,
the Chinese eat a lot of that fish up with those big ass
but it's not
ships.
just Chinese,
You know,
European, Norwegian ship. You will find Norwegian ship, American
all
ships,
of them.
all
Yeah,
type
all
of
of
white
them.
people ships,
They
right?
violate
And they were
they
doing,
violate the
yeah,
coast of Somalia. They be all up
yeah,
in y'all waters. And y'all
spreading
like one of the
chemicals.
only y'all like one of the only African nations that actually has somewhat of a navy. You know, a lot
Yep,
of
yep, yep,
Africa, unfortunately, is landlocked. You
yeah.
know, and they do frequently violate the waters. Everybody violate the
Brother,
waters
they
over
polluted
there.
our waters, brother. Imagine this. After they took their fish out, they start dumping chemicals. And then the Somali fishermen, the revenue of fish. Just, Somalia, there wasn't many people left in Somalia after the war, right? But the revenue of that fish was something like, I think, a couple of billions a year, right? Just for the fish and trading fish amongst the Somali people and pushing it further into Kenya, Ethiopia, and this and that, selling it to those people, right? The people had enough, bro. They were like, look, we out here throwing our nets in the water, and we do catch, these expensive tuna fish, right? So you hear about the yellowfin tuna, the bluefin tuna. They're getting sold for millions of pounds over in Japan and them area, right? But what happened was they had enough, bro. They're like, look, these European, bro, they're violating us. We are not even allowed to pass the oceans, without paying a tax. So if I pass the American ocean, you have to pay some type of tax, just for passing.
And they talk about and that's another thing. They talk about free trade. Free
Mm.
trade is when you could go from country, you could set something up with another country, go over there, get it dirt cheap, and bring it back to America and make millions off of it. That's what real free trade is. We got to go through man red tape and red line more so than white folks. You know
Let
what
me
I'm
tell you, brother,
saying?
how fucked up. Let me tell you how fucked up white supremacy, the mindset of white supremacy is, yeah?
Hey
These
brothers,
people, brother, will come to
peace
Africa.
out. I'm about to leave. Y'all have a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
night now. I gotta get some rest.
Respect, my brother.
Peace
One thing
up,
I wanted
peace
to
up,
say,
peace
though,
up, Tito.
yeah,
All
man,
right,
I
man.
might come to Harlem one of these days, man. As I know, there's a lot of information for black, freedom fighters, nationalists to go to Harlem, right? So inshallah, yeah, I will come over them side. Yeah, respect,
Yeah,
brother.
man. Harlem is a place where a lot of it was at one
Information.
point it was a hub for black folks. You dig?
And a
Harlem
lot
was
of
popping
information.
so much. Yeah. Go ahead, Rich. My fault.
No, okay, all right. If y'all cool, let me play this video, man. I ain't gonna
All
be
right,
here.
bro. I mean,
I ain't
I'm
gonna
here
be.
still, Paul. I'm here.
Yeah, listen, check this out. Check this out. So, like I said, let me set the table. So this is the video that I was playing earlier where the brother spoke about oppression. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and drop the link, man, for these brothers. This is this video that I'm about to play. It's called the ISUPK, the Israelite brothers. So, and they had a dope conversation with the white guy who just they titled it "Cross the Line Radio." Captain Tazariak, which is a ISUPK Israelite brother, versus white supremacists, part 2, and it's also a part 1. Man, it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope just to hear two opposite ends of the spectrums have a conversation. But this is a part of the conversation where they start taking calls, and they took a call from a white guy that's in South Africa. I want y'all to hear this, man.
Those whites are oppressed over there, right? Go ahead, brother.
All right. I'm happy you said that, Ask Getty, because
That's what it is,
I
cuz.
titled this show, right. The theme of this show is oppression, and the reason I want y'all to hear this guy, right, is because every time I ask a white person how they are being oppressed or what are black people doing to harm white people in mass numbers, they always bring up South Africa. Always, guys. Always, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, bro. It's because that's where they had the knee on the black man's neck in it for so many centuries. That's
So
why.
many years. And you know what they're doing? You know what
And
they're
they
doing,
lost
as
it, you
Getty?
know?
As Getty, let me say this, man. You know what they're doing? They had the knee on the black man's neck for so long that when the black man says, you know what, I'm finna get your fucking knee off of my neck. Now the
Yep.
black man is violent. Now he's being violent.
Exactly. Gone.
When he's doing everything that you did to them, he's doing everything that you did to them, but now he's violent.
Exactly.
He's violent.
And one thing I just want to say before, brother, you start, yeah? If
Go
we
ahead.
black people do see this type of oppression and you think your white supremacy invisible, right? So that means we must be superhumans. Because you think your shit is invisible and we see right through that shit. So bear that shit in mind as well. I do want to say that to the white community.
Yeah. All right, let me play the video, bro.
Black only. I brought you in because you're actually in South Africa. So
Oh
I figured
shit!
that might add
You got a
up
Hamite
next
in the
thing.
building. Yeah, what do you? Oh, it's a
Go
white
ahead.
guy? Oh, okay.
Well, no, I have a legit question. See, I have a very good experience with black self-government, governance, and the thing is, you don't actually have a fucking clue. Do you know why South Africa is a cesspit? It's because they keep electing blacks and they keep on fucking stealing the money, and then they keep on blaming the whites for it.
That's right.
Legit, what my country is a shithole that has.
Is this a white African talking or a black African?
We got
he's a
potholes
white
in our roads.
He's a white
They
African.
stole
Oh, okay.
our fucking train tracks. They stole our fucking power cables. They stole our fucking phone cables. This country is fucking shit.
And Bon, yeah, man, I'm so happy, brother, you posed that. Because, bro, that shit is... Anyways, bro, one thing I do want to say, you see when this type of conversation happens and they're in the hands of conscious black people, right? I'm very comfortable, bro. You get me? So I know these people are going to take care of this very easily, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they are. They are.
I trust my black brothers, you know?
No, as Getty, yes, they are going to take care of it. Now, I guess I need to give like an alert, right? Because these are the Hebrew Israelites, and they don't think that they're African. You see what I'm saying, as Getty? So they're going to address them. They are going to address the white African. But as Getty, before they even address them, let me let you address them as an African brother. As Getty, let me let you. What do you have to say to the white South African that says, "Yo, you guys are taking over the roads"? No, hold on. I think the brother was saying, "Listen, we turned the South African government over to a black government." And as soon as we did that, then the black South African government tore up the roads, tore up the train tracks, fucked up the telephone poles, the electricity poles, and the whole nine. What do you say to the white South African who says that?
First of all, since, you know, a lot of white people find it, you know, and very confusing when we try to talk about history of the past, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to address the past a little bit. I'm going to go into the future, right? Because what it is, they get mind fucked, you know, when you address about back in the days, but they don't understand, you know, that's when the shit started. So these people, brother, came in, you know, nobody invited them. 1600, they landed in the shores. From the first day, they started their savage behavior. At least, I'm not going to say anybody's better, but the British people tried to, you know, somehow work their way into the savage way, right? But these people get off the boats, start killing people in land. The Zulu tribe, many tribes displaced them, right?
Yeah.
Then let's go. And yeah, that's the point of the past, right? And they took the land from that time. 2022, brother. Today, they still hold 99% of the land, of black people's land.
Yes.
When it comes to best primary land, fertilized land, anything that can produce anything, even food, even crops.
The white people, the white South Africans still own that. Is that what you're saying?
Guess where the black people was left, brother? Guess where the black people was left? In the slums with no sewage system. Life, piss and shit going right past your house, right?
It was
they never thought about building that shit for the black people, the indigenous people of that land. So they pushed them into a small little area called Soweto, right? Which was a slum area, and many other places. Wherever black people was pushed, they would just keep being pushed out of their land, out of everywhere. And to the point, brother, right now, I'm just going to address the whole thing.
Yeah, I know.
Right now,
I
you have a
talk
white
that shit. Talk
supremacy.
that shit.
Today, you have a white supremacy in America, a dentist, right? He's there doing his job in America, but suddenly out of nowhere, this guy start getting an interest of, I want to go over to the black man's land. But guess what? I want to go hunt some elephants and lions and zebras. I don't know what the fuck. But as long as it's black people, I think I can do it. What does he do, brother? He goes and connect with his other cousin, who's a white South African, and he pays him a certain price. Then he's now in the wild, getting protected from animals, from white supremacy, right? From other South African. And he goes in there shooting our animals. Comes back as a hero. Now, when he comes back with that, maybe the lion skin or whatever to America, people think he's some sort of a hero.
Facts.
But guess what? He just killed a black man's animal.
Yeah.
And why I say
And
it's a
let
black
me
man's
show y'all
animal
this.
is our pride possession. Some of us used to worship these animals, you know, back in those days. And that's wrong as well. But I'm saying to you, the point is, brother, these people, as long as it's black people, they think they can get away with everything. So this guy mentioned about...
I want people to see this, though. Hold on, let's get it. Because this is what's fucking fascinating to me about apartheid, right? Because I know black people. Like, this is crazy.
It is, bro. It is, bro.
This right here is crazy. But you know what,
It's more than crazy.
This is Black America, man. This right here.
It is, bro. It is
this
actually,
right
bro.
here, guys. I want y'all to look at this, man. I'm happy I found this picture again, man. Look at this picture, man. This picture, this is a part. Look at the left. Look at the left, bro. Right? And then look at the right. Look at the left side of your
brother.
screen.
No fresh water. No water coming in. No sewage system in there. Fucking people dying of diseases. They were in there spreading all type of diseases daily, thinking they can kill 1% of that country. Imagine 1% of that country trying to eliminate 99%. But bro, like I said, they were doing this to American black brothers in America for they can kill you all. Bro, you guys keep coming back, bro.
Oh, no, you're the lesser than. You're the lesser than. So look, listen, guys, if these houses and these people on the right side of the screen ever went across the street, right? In America, we call it across the tracks, right? They build train tracks in America. They put train tracks to separate us in America. You cross those train tracks, man, police gonna be all on your ass, man. Quick.
Same shit, brother.
Quick,
same
man.
Same shit. Look at that houses, bro. You know what's funny is
look at them houses,
What do you have here?
Look at them houses, boy.
Bro, I just look at those red roofs and I'm looking at that. That takes about 10 of those black people's houses, bro.
Sheesh, Getty, that shit looks like, I don't know, bro. That shit is crazy.
Got space for swimming pools and I don't know what it is, bro. What I'm saying to you is, you guys are the one who's doing this injustice to yourself. But look at this, brother. This picture my brother Bone Rich just brought, and you telling me you don't understand white supremacy? You think this is the problem with these people, right? Like I said, brother, you can keep for 500 years. We've been telling these people, right? And like I was saying, if they're invisible, we must be superhumans. Because look what's going on right here, bro, right? And like I said, bro, you are the ones who's gonna fuck up this shit for yourself in the future. Because let me tell you straight something forward. You're never gonna be superior to me. Someone like me and my children bloodline and my family bloodline, we put a stop on that shit. You never think that I'm dumb and I don't understand what's going on and like, I'm gonna devote my full attention to white Jesus and ask white Jesus for protection, that you guys created. That system don't work with me. The point is, bro, now it is, how long are you gonna keep going on with your lies? Because, bro, it's only a matter of time, mate.
Let's address this. Let's address a couple comments, as Getty, while we here, right? Let's address this, man. As Getty, hold on. I think black male South Africans are pussy. Hold on, as Getty. I don't feel sorry for them, and they don't even rob them. So I guess the person is saying, why doesn't all right, let's get the picture back going, right? Why doesn't all of those small houses on the right rob those the big houses on the left?
Well, that's what happened, mate. That's what happened. That's why you guys are fucking pissing yourself in sleep every night you sleep, thinking a black man is gonna raid through that door, in South Africa. You don't even have comfortable sleep. If you as a white person can't sleep comfortably in your own house, is it a sign you should just get out of that country? Because what is, you're not looking to fix your problem. Now the power is in the black man's hand.
Sheesh.
It's in their hands now. You heard Julius Malema the other day. He said, I'm going to rule over you. This guy, none of these people are telling you they're going to start any attack or anything like that, but they're going to change the system because what it is, we never, like I said, we black people, once we realize you will never be superior to us. Just look at my fucking picture, bro. How can you be superior to me, bro, when you're dying on the floor, bro? That's the point I was trying to say to you, yeah? Bone man, this is fucking real shit gold right here, that picture, right? But the point,
Yeah.
brother, now, the politics in South Africa now is slowly shifting to the other side now. Now it's the white people living in those slums. And who's the one to be blamed for that, brother? And who's the one, you know? And bro, I'm gonna stay on your show, but then for the next 10 minutes, I can't talk. But I'm just gonna say this, brother. If you can carry on playing the video and I can come back and address it, I'm gonna stay on your show. It's not that, but I just need to jump on
I'm
something.
open it. Yeah, no, you go ahead. Take care of your business. Take care of your business.
So the point is, brother, just quickly, I don't want to say, and I wanted to address this after. Who's the one to be responsible for this, you know? Is it us now fighting back, you know, and not even using strength of power and savage behaviors, just doing normal things? Or is it you who keep still being in denial, who's literally just fucking it up for yourself? But keep on doing what you're doing, mate, and don't blame us at the end, you know?
There you go. There you go. As Getty was saying it, man. Listen, guys, listen. If y'all don't understand what this picture looks like, man, I don't know however else to explain it, man. This is the picture of white supremacy. Yes, we live like this, you live like that, and then we will say, hey, why don't you pull yourself up by the bootstraps and just move across the street in our neighborhoods? That's what's crazy. That's how this shit works, man. This shit will happen right here in your face, same area, same street. They'll build a fucking street in the middle, divide the neighborhoods, and then point at you and say, you guys are failures because you didn't move over here on this side of the street. Man, let me play some more of the video, man. I love this picture, though. If you guys been tapped in and tuned into this show, you guys know I love this picture, man.
Fact, brother, fact, man.
Shout out to Lorna.
That picture says 1,000 words, you know
like,
that?
That's it, bro. Like this describes oppression, white supremacy, like any racism, class. What some people like to say, the caste system. Whatever system you subscribe to, this is what it looked like, man. But the crazy thing about this picture,
and that's why the white people are getting kicked out of South Africa.
Crazy thing about this picture, though, is the funny thing about this picture, as Getty. This picture also shows gentrification. But the crazy thing about this picture is that this grand big neighborhood with all the trees and stuff, it eventually wants to expand. So it is going to eventually cross that street and cut off half of that and get them out of here so we can make this neighborhood more bigger and more beautiful. Because whoever sold all these houses, you know what they want to do? They want to sell more houses. Unpopular. This is South Africa. Unpopular as what is this picture? This is a picture of apartheid in South Africa. Matter of fact, this is a picture of white supremacy. I ain't gonna lie, Unpopular. It really doesn't look a lot different than a picture of New Jersey. And
that's why, brother.
Hold on, Getty. It kind of looks like Baltimore if you look a little closer. It kind of looks like I don't know, any black community with the name Martin Luther King Drive. If you look closely, it looks like Detroit, Chicago. If you look closely, but this is an actual picture of South Africa. But when you look at this picture, it kind of reminds me of all of that. I'm sure some. Go ahead, brother.
Can you hear me, brother? Can you hear me?
Yeah. I hear you.
And just looking at that picture, right? Do you now understand why the black people in South Africa are doing what they're doing now?
Absolutely.
And if you was a white person now and you look at that picture, obviously I can never make you think like you're a white person, right? But What does this picture tell you? Like, because these people are in denial. They're saying to you, this doesn't exist. In fact, some of them will say to you, but look at the black people, they all live in slums, you know? And invaders who's come from Netherlands in South Africa are fucking taking up 1%. Imagine, they're not even 10%, bro. It's 1%, yeah? Controlling 99% of that land. So, like, are we actually all speaking the same shit here? Are we on the same tracks here? Or are we just all just fucking crazy, bro? This picture just explains
I know it
everything
is
that we've
crazy.
been saying
Now,
from Respect Show,
okay, all right,
from
now,
Belly
all right. Let me ask you this, as Giddy. Now, I do gotta ask you this, man, and let's try to keep it internet friendly. But why aren't all of those small houses just saying we're going to get together and just invade those big houses?
Bro, that was the ugly reality at the end, you know, that in South Africa. So black people will literally wait outside their gates, you know that? They will wait outside their gates. When the owner comes home, they will run inside the house with him, rob him, I don't know, kill him, do all sorts of fucked up shit, right? Which is I don't agree with, right?
Relax.
But that's what happened, brother. They will literally wait outside your house. So as soon as your gate open, they're coming inside with you, bro. And this is the problem with when you're in denial of something, you're pushing yourself to this level, bro. Like, come on, you're not the majority of the people on this planet. In fact, you in there in other people's land, right? We as black people not saying to you. In fact, we want to go today, bro. If we can kick them all out of Africa and get out of our affairs and all of that shit, we all get the fuck out of this country right now, bro. America, I don't know, bro, about America. I'm saying, speak about anywhere else, bro. But the point is, look. Like you see this picture right now. White people live in a dream on the other side in South Africa. Black people living in slums in South Africa, right? No rights. You're there taking the minerals, their gold, their diamonds, all type of shit.
That's crazy. But let me tell you.
Years,
hold
bro.
on. Let me tell
it's
you.
still fucking going on.
That's
And white
Getty.
people are telling us we're not racist. There's no
That's
injustice, man.
Getty. Let me tell you something.
How can we
Another
be all
thing
equal,
crazy. That's Getty. Let me tell you something. Another thing crazy about this picture, right? Is because they will look at the right side of that picture and say, why is drugs tearing up their community? They'll say something like that, man. Like they'll say, why is drugs tearing up
they're the
their
one on the cross,
community?
bro.
And
We just making the quick money out.
And then you gotta look at that community. Hold on, you gotta look at that community as that little small community. Where the fuck are you going to get drugs from? Where are you going to get your fucking drugs from? Think about it.
What, bro? They're doing that shit to South Africa now.
It's not even drugs. It's not even about drugs. It's about access and resources and wealth and all of that. If you look at this picture, the right side of the street, the left side of the street, who do you think has more access to resources? To me, this right
the
here.
The one on the left side, they even fucking call a whole mining a South African black-owned land, yeah? Put their flag on and said, this is London mining, you know? We're going to extract minerals from here and send it straight to London Stock Exchange, you know? And apparently now, the white people in London don't even know that shit. They know what is going on, but when you address this type of shit, they think you're crazy, bro. But you there taking their gold, taking the platinum, taking the uranium, taking the minerals, taking all type of minerals, bro. And they're saying to you today, right? You're not skilled. We did you a favor, bro, by killing you, enslaving you, colonizing you. And today, still, that shit is still going on, bro. Like, you know, we just forget they just destroyed the whole country in Libya. Completely destroyed it to the ground, bro. For what reason? Because Gaddafi gave all his citizens free healthcare, free education, free everything, better system than anywhere in Europe. And for some reason, I feel some type of way. And then when they realized Gaddafi now, and that was only oil, bro. Libya was benefiting from their own country from oil. But the question is very simple: a country that's only like you can only fertilize strawberries and potatoes and wild berries in the forest. How the fuck are they the richest country on the planet when these countries are the one holding all these minerals, right? Is it because of slavery and colonization? So you tell us, yeah, but this stuff was only in the past. Why don't you just forget about slavery and colonization? But so now your stock exchange, you know, yeah, trading people's minerals, and you have black people in the mine now digging your shit, our minerals out for your benefits for less than $1 a day. But they will never understand that, brother. They will never understand now, yeah, that they're talking about climate change, yeah. So they have robbed people's oil for so many years, but apparently now it's bad for the climate. We should all go green. And in fact, they're not even stopping right now, brother. Guess what? They're not even stopping. Since they start sanctioning Russia and that, guess what they're doing right now? They're in Africa trying to build ties to export more oil into Europe. But is that in the benefit of the black people over there? So when is that actually? Let me just address. When is the point going to be cut off? Is it going to be cut off 50 years before we start going green? So at least these people can benefit from that oil that you're stealing from them? Or are we going to keep robbing them to the point that we just go green? So the system of white supremacy, bro, is serious, you know. Just because we live in normal lives and we think we are living normal lives, it's not really normal, bro. Like what it is, this is not normal, bro. Like these black people, bro, listen, bro, like, look. You look at my picture, brother. I'm saying this, like these people, bro, like they're mentally strong, they're physically strong, they're savage people, bro. You see what's going on out over in America. You don't want to make black people angry, bro. Like, no, you can't handle this shit. You think about right now, bro. Right now, you in Africa trying to recruit people, black people in Africa, to go and fight for Ukraine, while Ukraine are being racist to black people in Ukraine. Like, when do you understand? Like, enough is enough, bro. Like. My grandfather said the same shit. 500 years we've been saying this shit to you guys. None of you people want to understand, brother. And I understand. I keep going back to the point. But the point is, like, you guys need to start opening your eyes before it's going to be too late, mate. Like, we're not saying nothing, bro. Look what's going on in South Africa.
Okay, let's get it. Oh, wait. Okay, okay, brother. Good shit. But you got to let me speak, man. Let me get back to this. I'm gonna play the rest of this. I'm gonna play another little clip from this video. We'll get back to the South African conversation real quick. And like I said, remember, these brothers are Israelites. You know, they believe they come from a tribe, and they don't believe.
Brother, just before you go in, let me just address something for 2 seconds. You know that Israelites, the South African. The South African said, and the black people now are in government in South Africa, and they're destroying our roads, they're destroying our cables. Who the fuck allowed you to be in that country? What roads? What cables? Did you build those cables? Did that? You know that when it takes, you know what this thing called coppers and all of that shit? Did it come from Europe?
Let me play. Let's get it. Stick around. Let me play this, and then I'll let you go. You got it, bro. You take us home after this. Let me play this though. Let me play this because he's gonna touch on some of the things that you're touching on. Right? Let's get it.
That's all now.
Did it say colonize South Africa?
Train tracks. They stole our fucking power cables. They stole our fucking phone cables. This country fucking shithole now.
Did it say colonize South Africa?
Yeah, how do you
don't know shit? That's not true.
Okay, now just so you know,
tanks, just fucking cars, everything.
No problem. To the South African caller.
Get him, King.
To the South African caller. If you don't like it, go back to your country.
That's it.
I am in my fucking country.
Go back to Europe.
You dumb motherfucker.
Wait. So you're saying just so I could be clear.
South Africa.
All right, now go ahead.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Ralph. So just so I could be clear, the white South African is saying that South Africa is his country.
Yeah, that's true. You don't know the history of it if you think differently.
I was born here. We've been living here for over.
No, I'm not. Okay, I was born in America, but I know America is not my country, so don't tell me that.
You don't. There was nobody in South Africa when they founded it. Nobody.
Yes, bro. Thank you for stopping there, bro. So you see the ignorance, stupidity, right? We don't understand. We don't believe. Like I said, look, like it's a fact, bro. Look, you're not really black. You're white, right? You never came in there to the diplomatic tie. No African benefited from you being there. In fact, you oppressed the people to the point of now they kicked you out of the government. So don't come here and think that you're doing anybody in a favor, bro. You know? Let's get it. No.
Let's get it.
Nelson
Hold on.
Mandela told them to
Ask
fuck off.
Getty. Yo. Ask Getty. I want you to respond to this, man, because this was crazy. I thought this was crazy. Number one, the white South African said he was born there and his people have been there for many years.
Okay, start acting like it then. Start acting like you are African, right? If you really want to be African, just cancel your culture of white supremacy. It's very simple, isn't it? Cancel that culture. White people always talk about it. I've been noticed, but I don't even want to mention this woman, yeah? But I've been noticed this lady called Jupiter always talking about cancel culture. So they talk about immigrants and black people always coming to Europe and trying to do cancel culture, basically trying to cancel white supremacy culture. You know, so that's what it is. You need to cancel that shit. If you want to be one of us, you need to step aside and say, you know what, justice for all people. This country should be built for all. You know, I'm not gonna be a guest in someone's country. Yes, you are a guest, bro. Remember, there's only 5 or 6 of your, only 4 or 5 of your forefathers wasn't from South Africa.
That's what I want to
You know?
get to. There we go. That's what I want to get to. All right, now the other thing, as Getty, you being an African brother,
Yeah.
he's one
Hey,
guy
bro,
said,
I just played that shit in front of bare white
brother.
people. No, I just want to say
Listen.
something. I just played your shit in front of bare white people, man. Everybody was looking at me like crazy. And I did that on purpose, cuz I want him to understand, bro. The time has come, man. You get me, cuz? Go on, bro, go on.
Yeah, now we turning up, man. We turning up on white supremacy. We getting white supremacy the fuck out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? We getting that out of here real quick. But I do want to ask you this though, as Getty, because I think one of the guys before the brothers address it, I want to hear you, brother, address it. He said when the Europeans came to South Africa, it was nobody there. Free land. Free land.
So, brother, us African people who all know that we all tribal people, like, we all come from different type of tribes. And brother, obviously you mans will find out who your tribe is. It doesn't matter, right?
Yes.
We all come from a tribe, right? We know that we've been tribal people for years. We know, me as a Somali comes from a different tribe.
Yeah.
When I hear about South Africa, I hear about the Zulu tribe, and I know there's so many other tribes that I need to start learning. But I know straight away, right? Even you yourself, Bon, when you hear South Africa, you know there's a tribe that's called Zulu that's originated from South Africa,
Zulu,
right?
You got Indebele,
Yep.
you got Mare. Fuck, it's a couple of them. It's a couple of them. I looked it up.
So you already, when you hear that, you already originate those people in that land, right?
Yep. Hell yeah.
And everybody does that, right? So this idea that nobody was there.
It's just crazy to hear this.
The point is, even though if nobody was there, who was those people you were oppressing for all those years?
Thank you. That wasn't free land. I know, man. And I just think the history. I just think that, all right, so what I'm saying is I think that's dangerous. Like if this caller on this interview is really a white South African, that mindset, the way white supremacy propaganda has tricked your mind into believing that it's true. Sometimes I believe it about the white supremacists here in America. Like they have, they have manipulated the propaganda so tough that it makes you think some shit that it can't even possibly be true, but they have manipulated your mind to where you believe it. You think the shit is true. But go ahead.
In fact, brother, you should act like them as well. Like they're saying to you, leave your culture, leave behind, act like us. Why can't you just be like more like us, Just allow it, mate. There's nothing called black. That shit oppression don't exist. Just be like what and one thing I wanted to get into, brother, is that why and people always quote, Black America to South Africa, but it was the same system, brother. There was a black bus stop where only black people are allowed to ride certain bus stop. And there was white bus stop where white people are, the best of the best. You get me? That's what it is. That's why
I believe it. I believe it. I do believe it.
It's
I
the
see
same
a
system,
lot of.
brother.
I'm gonna tell you this. As Getty. I see a lot of similarities.
But I think one of the white South African
between Black Americans and Black South Africans, because I do think that the Europeans the Europeans are learning, right? They're learning as one,
Yeah,
as a team. They're learning, right?
exactly.
So if this
Remember
works
this?
over here, if this works over here, listen, let
Yeah,
me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Now, I normally say this about white supremacists, right? White supremacists that do some bullshit to a black person, they don't get fired, they get transferred, right? Transferred.
exactly.
Remember that word, they
Yeah,
get
yeah, yeah, yeah,
transferred. So let
yeah,
me
yeah,
tell you about the system of white
yeah,
supremacy. If it works in this place, it gets
yeah,
transferred to another place. And that's what happened with South Africa. They saw that white supremacy, gentrification, apartheid, discrimination, economic starvation, whatever the
yep,
fuck you want to call it, they learned
yep,
that shit somewhere else and then enforced that same system in South Africa. And that shit looked a lot like American slavery, Jim Crow, discrimination, economic starvation.
yep.
It looks the same, bro. That's why when I pull up that picture and you see the nice houses on the left side and
Hold
the
on, pull out
fucking
that picture
the
again.
hood,
Anytime you
the
get the
ghetto,
chance, pull that
and
shit
that's
up.
what I'm saying. And then a lot of times that's getting they
Anytime,
just change their names, right? So they
yep,
would
yep,
call that picture, they would call that a shanty town. I
exactly.
call that shit the projects. I call that shit the hood. I call that shit the
Yes, yeah,
ghetto.
yes, yes.
Like, come on, bro. The shit
In
looks
fact,
the same.
I wanted to remind you of something, brother. You remember, obviously, bro, because we're in YouTube, right, and we always I try to, quote people that we are in our surrounding, right? So you remember back in those days when used to be on Valley Show, right? You remember this lady called Wendy Wu when she would keep saying, but the black people all living in shanty towns. The black people in South Africa live in shanty towns. Remember
Yeah,
her
yeah,
keep saying that shit? So, bro,
yeah.
she is justifying her shit. It's
Yeah,
proud
people would
moment.
always say that. Yeah, they
We
call
got
it
the knee
that.
on this black, I'm proud of that shit. And she's still okay with it, gets away with it on this type of system, Like you were saying, when white people say some racism, they just get transferred, right? That's the
Yeah,
same shit that Wendy Wu is saying. But
yeah,
you black people all live in shanty towns. And again, brother, quickly, I'm just gonna address something. My job, imagine this last year, right? Made us watch this program, right, about diversity and and all of that shit, right? Diversity, right? In that company that I work for, right? So what they're trying to the diversity program, the diversity video I was watching, right? It's about that we don't. There's no we. Everybody's the same, There's no
yeah,
skin color, all of that type of shit, right? So guess what, bro? After that video was finished, the program was finished, right?
yeah,
I opened the book of the company to see who works there in the head office, right?
yeah,
I look at
yeah.
the pictures, right? And this is the company I work for, right? Guess what, bro? That is not even one black face on that picture in the
Uh-uh.
office jobs, higher positions, anything like that. And it's motherfucker
Uh-uh.
talk about diversity and that, you know?
Nah, nah,
But
but they
that's
then
what
they
I'm
love to throw
saying,
out
bro.
that percentage.
It's all lies. They're trying to confuse us, bro.
Yeah, but see, but then people like to throw out that percentage, right? You see a couple companies, your top 100 richest CEOs in America with 13% of the country. It's not 13 black people. It's just not. So,
But it's 13% of them in jail. 13 is
exactly, right?
more than
Exactly. We're
13%.
we're highly
Yeah,
we're highly represented in jail, but not highly
exactly.
represented on the Fortune 500 list.
Exactly.
I don't know, man. Shit crazy. But let me
In
play
fact,
some of
right
this.
now, brother, if you look at the police themselves recently, right? A lot of black people now, what they do is they pull out the camera, right? And they start recording this shit, right? And now police are trying to find a way to work around this shit now. So now police have our own camera themselves. They just walk around with their own camera. So that's where it's come to now, Now police, like, that's what I'm saying, bro. I think God is doing this shit to them. I don't think we are doing it ourselves. We are walking up and down as black people, our black family, right? But God, brother, don't, obviously me as strongly believe in God. God, bro, God will make sure you pay for your injustice one way or another. He will make sure you pay some of it on this life you live on this planet and the afterlife, right? So, like I'm saying, like, look, people that's only literally don't have no wealth when it comes to, backing up currency. Like America now, right? Imagine if they put their American dollar as a global currency on world trade,
Let's get
oil,
it. Let's get it.
all of this
Let's
kind
get
of
it.
shit.
Let's get it. Let me play the video, brother. Let me play the video. I
Yeah,
gotta
man.
play
Yeah,
the video.
brother. Let's get to this.
All right.
So don't give me that.
That's all
One of the slowest countries
I'm
in
asking.
Son,
Listen, all I'm asking. Okay, I got
You
you.
niggas came up from fucking Africa. You didn't live here.
I'm not assuming anything. I'm just
colonizers as we were.
I got you. I'm just
let y'all
asking.
go. Let y'all
I'm just
go, brother.
asking a question. So you're saying before the Europeans went into South Africa, there was no people living in South Africa. That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
The white man is truly the devil that the Bible speaks of. We can go to the next. I don't care about what you talk about. I don't care about Africans like that. So,
of course you don't, because it's white people being victimized.
No, that's like, okay. If you ask me about if a Chinese man calls here and says the Japanese are oppressing me, I don't care. I'm not Chinese or Japanese. That's not my issue. Listen, Lord be with you. Listen, Lord be with you. Lord be with you in your fight against the Japanese. So Lord be with you. Listen. Whatever you got to do with your man.
To murder their women and their children. We did not do that. You know what blacks did to us? They fucking murdered our women, our children. There's cases of babies getting smashed to pieces on wagons.
Listen, I don't cry over spilt milk.
I
appreciate it. All
right, thanks, bro. I mean, I don't know what y'all want me to feel.
We don't cry over spilt milk.
I'm not African. I don't know how to.
Cry over spilt milk. I tell you what, dude. I tell you what. You are a fucking. You're a rude, callous motherfucker.
Hey, Dingo, you are very easily
I wasn't even
pushed.
talking to you,
yeah, he is.
But you're very easily pushed.
Yeah, relax, Dingleberry.
Yeah, dude. I'll tell you why, dude. The white people in South Africa have been getting fucking attacked, murdered. Their children being raped. There's photos and videos of this shit on the internet. It's not hard to find.
Go back to your country.
But Crimea River. How can I feel compassion for them?
Wait, what? No. Slow down. What do y'all say to black people?
Pull up your bootstrap. Pull yourself up by your bootstrap.
I tell you what. Tell Uncle Ben that.
I'm gonna start muting people.
Tell Uncle Ben.
Okay, we're quiet. Hey, Ralph, we're gonna be quiet. You can take the next call.
Boom. Can you just post the brother for 1 second, basically,
Just
brother?
take another call.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just take another call.
Boom. Just 1 second, brother. In this scenario, can you find a white man gonna tell you if you don't like it, go back to your country? When it comes to South Africa, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Man. So it's crazy, bro. Like
the video, and that's what the guy was saying in the video.
Yeah.
The guy in the video was saying, if it's so hard in South Africa, go home.
Exactly. And you know what's funny is, bro, the way he says this shit, he speaks with so much conviction that, you know, like maybe it might be a time where the rest of the community of the world, right, that's not white, have to start labeling these people as mentally crazy, bro. Like, this is real craziness shit right here. I'm a lying, brother. Is this not crazy, though? Like, to be so comfortably speaking like this.
I do think so. But I told you, you know, I'm gonna tell you this. Let me tell you this, though, Getty. Listen, brother. In 2022, nothing really surprises me anymore. Right? First things first, Getty. I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Because the power of propaganda is fucking sick and it's serious, and it will have you believing some shit that never happened. But listen, you know what? Listen, this is what my mom used to tell me about a lie. Right? If somebody tells a lie and they keep telling it, eventually they'll believe it. And if they tell it enough, other people will believe it.
And it's crazy, right? When, bro, like it's not factual, you know, even though the shit
it's
you're
not
saying,
factual at all. It's not factual at all.
There's no scapegoat. There's no way for you to escape from the reality. When like this, bro, that's what I'm saying. I'm so comfortable when it comes into conscious. Even this, if this guy came into your hands, I'm as most comfortable because you just tell him the truth. Because we black people just speak the fact, you know. So the point is, where is he gonna run to? There is no escape routes. You have to address this sooner or later, right? Because there's only if there's only one exit, you have to go past that black man, right? So the black man has to let you go through. So the point is that, look, you guys speak like this, like what it is, bro. Like this is truly the relationship we black people and white people have, right? You wanna keep your knees on our necks, right? And you don't want to accept your knees on our neck when we all see it is there, you know? And is that really a good image to have? Is that really a good relationship to have with a whole race, like a whole full-on race? You know, that you telling us, you know what? We're gonna act like we're invisible, you know? Our white supremacy invisible. It doesn't exist, but For some reason, it's only like when it comes to the world, you oppress us the most, only based on our color and your past history. And you know what's funny is, brother, they always mention this, but this is our past. This is my grandfather. Don't blame me for the crime of my grandfather and all of that shit, right? But you think like your grandparents right now. Like the way this white man is speaking right now is the way many white people who represent white people on these channels speaks, right? Like even this Ed Kilburn guy who's on your channel, right? And bro, I don't want to address like people by names and that, but I'm saying majority of them, 99.9% of them, right? And again, like I was saying, yeah, bro, I don't want to divert, too many points, but I just want to catch on this, black men now want to have a white girlfriend. She's in that boat as well. She's one of the part of the 99%. It's very dangerous, So, like, brother, so the point is, like, if you're invisible, we are superhumans. Because we see your shit right there, bro. And we can call it out right there,
All
I'm
right.
a lion,
I hear
brother.
you. I hear
If
you.
they're
No, I hear
invisible,
you.
we are
I hear you,
superhumans, right?
Skitty. I hear you, brother. I want to bring Robbie in. What's up, Robbie? You back, brother? Good to have you back.
Yo, what's going on, man?
Yeah, what's going on, man? What do you think about the
My
clip
brother,
that I just played?
economic freedom fighter. You know what's funny is, brother, I don't want to interrupt you, brother. I'm just going to go back to what I'm doing. Me, myself,
All
my
right.
Pan-African journey and all of this shit, I realized, brother, that it's very confusing. Even though I'm an African and I read the Pan-Africanism, but I became strongly economic freedom fighter. I realized, you know what? If we really get economic freedom for our people, everything else will start falling into place one by one. Because that's when these white supremacists, by force, have to respect with you, have to deal with you differently. Because now you're the one who's the one who's able to sanction anyone else if they want to fuck with you and that. So, bro, sorry, but go on with your conversation, bro. And respect, brother. What I'm saying to you, I'm on the same journey, and I'm an EFF, economic freedom fighter of Africa, innit? Even though you might, but yeah, I just quote it as being for black people. Like, the only reason why I always quote my things back to Africa, is that, the wealth of the world is there. It's us versus them, basically. That's the way I see things. But respect to you guys, before, remember, even born, I used to remember, I used to always be, against, the American points, always, always looking to the point of America, right? But fully understanding now, the system of white supremacy over there. If you do us that favor, bro, and dealing with that shit, we own you for life, mate. You get me? We own you for life, bro. Because that's when real justice, all of this shit of democracy and liberalism and human rights and all of this shit that white man came with, that's when the world will start really seeing that type of shit. All of this, none of you are Democrats. None of you are liberals. None of you, these labels that you tried mentioning, the real people are the black people and these oppressed people, because they're actually fighting for what you actually, when they're talking about, there was this politician, black politician who went to America, Gregory, Congressman Gregory, Gregory, right? The old black man. Hello? Your brothers, you man there.
Yeah, you saying who we know who?
Gregory, a black politician, a congressman in America. His name is Gregory something, an old black man. Anyways, this black man, brother, and this is the video again I posted in the back for you. This black man went to Ukraine, right? A black foundational black American, and went over there and started saying, democracy is at stake here. We have to fight for democracy. Where is black people involved in that democracy? So, brother, sorry for that, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man. Yes.
Yeah.
You
I don't know.
understand
Let
my
me
point
play
there?
some more. Let me play some more of this video, man.
Tell Uncle Ben. Yeah, okay. We're quiet. Hey, Ralph, we're gonna be quiet. You can take the next caller.
Okay. Now, yes, let's take another caller.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just take another call.
Ralph's going
I'm
crazy.
just saying, if you don't
there.
like it, leave. That's what they tell
leave,
us.
Man. Yeah, y'all tell us to. Yeah, y'all do tell us to leave America if we don't like it. So tell me.
I've heard that before. All right.
About
that. Okay.
Headshot by Ralph. Headshot by Ralph. He's heard
Frank, stick your head up my ass. How about that?
Jalapeno. Go ahead.
That was psychosomatic fantasy there, huh?
Yes, you're on the air.
Hey, caller, you're on the air. What's up?
You're welcome.
All right. So yeah, I just got a question for you. You conveniently keep saying you're not African. You'll make the blanket white statement, and then the blanket black statement comes in, and you're not African. So
Right.
there's 4 major races on the planet. There's Caucasoids, there's Mongoloids, there's Negroids, and there's whatever the freaking Aboriginals are, some
Right.
Aberroi, whatever it is. So,
Hey, listen, whoever Yeoman Blukenbach was that came
Johann
up with that
Blumenbacher.
terminology.
wait, whoa. Don't
Oh,
cut me off.
I thought you was
let
finished.
this man
My bad.
speak,
My bad.
bitch.
Did he say bitch?
Did he say bitch?
Hey, you gotta be careful. I just thought you was finished. Relax.
So are you?
Yeah, bone brother. And who was that quoting the nation and the race of people? Was it the white guy or the black guy?
The Negroid, that was like a phone call or something. But y'all can get the rest of that video. Y'all can get the rest of that video, man. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and support the
Yeah, but the point, bro, is
idea.
a very
Yeah. Hold
it's a
on,
very
Y'all make sure y'all go over there and support my brothers, the ISUPK Cross the Line Radio on YouTube. I just put the link in the chat. Y'all make sure y'all support that. You know what I mean? These brothers have great discussions, man. Dope ass conversations, man. So shout out to the ISUPK. Shout out to Captain Cesario, Captain Katazai. Shout out to them brothers over there, man. Shout out to General Johanna and all of my brothers in the ISUPK doing great work. And that's a dope conversation. Y'all make sure y'all get over there and watch that. That's actually part 2 of that
Not even
conversation.
that, just go over there and watch it for educational purpose, right? Because what it is, bro, look, people, bro, my brothers and sisters, the black people, yeah, we need to start learning, bro. You know, all of this type of shit that keep throwing in front of us, we need to start taking advantage of this shit, you know. This is what I start doing recently, bro. Like I start to try to weigh what they actually mean when they say this type of shit. And I've all come to one conclusion, right? And I believe strongly Born Rich and all of us, if I say this type of shit, we all understand it, you know. But we need to start taking advantage of what they're saying, you know, by studying them. It's a very important tool, right? And it will answer a lot of your questions, you know. If you start taking the time and asking yourself, you know what, hold on, why is these people still thinking like this? Why are they talking like this? Like, you know, this white guy like that was coming on here. He thinks he's speaking with so much conviction, bro. He's on point right here. He thinks basically what he's saying is right. You know what I'm saying? So what it is, like they even took away the voice of the black man. The voice of the black man really don't exist to them. They don't exist. But they're not really to accept it, bro. But what's funny is what these black Hebrew Israelites are saying is exactly what I'm saying, exactly what Bone Rich is saying, it's exactly what this other brother is saying. We're all saying the same shit. So if you can't understand us, you lot are the fucking one with the mental illness, you know? You don't know what I
Man,
want.
that's a fact. That's a fact, Asgetty. Good shit, brother. Salute to
You know what I'm saying, cuz?
Asgetty. Salute to you, brother Asgetty. Salute to
Yeah, I'm
brother
just trying to
Robbie.
be more real,
Salute.
brother. I'm trying.
No. We finna get out of here, Asgetty. Thanks to you, brother. Thanks,
You're
Asgetty.
gonna cut it short,
I'll
yeah?
catch y'all on the weekend. Listen, guys, on the weekend we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back
Yeah.
stronger than ever. Thank you, Asgetty.
Hey,
Thank
can I
you,
just
brother.
say something, Bone, before you
Thank
go,
you,
bro? Yeah.
brother. No. Just say salute. Say salute,
Yeah,
Asgetty.
salute. I drop
Say
a lot of
salute,
content
brother.
on my channel, right? People go and subscribe on my channel.
Yeah, drop
There's
it
a
in there.
lot
You have to drop it. Asgetty. Just
yeah.
drop it in the chat, brother. Drop it in the
But
chat, man.
how do I do that, bro? You have to mod me up in that.
Yeah, drop it in the chat, man. Or drop it in the back chat. Hold on,
Mod me up then, yeah? Mod me up quickly, then I can do that, bro. Salute to you, brother.
Yeah, salute, Asgetty. Salute, brother. Yeah, y'all support, man. Let's go support Asgetty channel, man. Y'all go support that, man. Support that. My brother Asgetty talk me to death, man.
This like you probably wouldn't say that in front of me.
They can't help it. This ain't a movie theater.
Right,
Shut up.
do you think I'm talking eugenics? This is biological terminology. This isn't a racist. I'm not calling you an N-word. Like, I am a Caucasoid. Like, this is biological terminology.
Are you finished yet? I thought you was finished before. I just want to answer your question.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Captain.
Okay, so he wants me to answer.
I think he's finished.
Is he finished?
Yeah, I think so.
Because
Yeah.
I went to answer
Yeah.
before and he acted like he wasn't finished, but he didn't add to what he said. So now we don't see what's his name, Kadazan?
Johann Blumenbach.
Johann Blumenbach, who created that. We don't subscribe to that. If you was listening to us, we follow a biblical narrative, which is why we say Israelites. So as you're saying Negroid, Arabs have skin tone too. East Indians have skin tone too. The color of your skin does not make you the race of people. As an example, Dingo will not say, what's the guy's name?
Halsey.
Dingo would not subscribe and say that him and Halsey are the same, even though they have the same skin tone. He would say
genetically provable.
He would say what, whether it's genetically or not, you're proving my point. You're not saying y'all the same, even though y'all have the same hue, which is white color. But I'm saying white because that's the term y'all use.
He red right now. I know you mad.
Saying
All right, family. Listen, man. To watch the rest of that video, y'all get y'all ass over there. I already put the link in the chat. Get your ass over there and mess with that video if y'all want to watch it. It's also a part 1 to that video. But man, listen, family, I'm out, man. You guys are beautiful. You know what I mean? You guys are beautiful. You look good. So as you exit and you wipe your feet on your way out, make sure you wipe your feet with that like button, man. You know what I mean? And on your way out, y'all drive safe. And if no one told you that they love you, let me be the first one to tell you that I love you, I love you, I love you. Y'all be good, fam.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.